And the wheel turns once again. Welcome in, builders. Back with some more Dominions this week. We are taking on Erytheia. In fact, I probably shouldn't have been on that screen. Let's pop in here. As usual, we'll give them just a minute or two for people to pop on in, and then we will get started. I see a lot of people in chat already tonight. Hey, Axe, Rumen, Michael, Battle, thank you so much for the content. Well, you're welcome, Michael. Glad you enjoy it. Thank you for the support. Makara says, made it early. You sure did. I'm a second late. My tea water didn't want to boil. I was watching it as hard as I could, and for some reason it wouldn't boil. Hey, Shannon, One Speed Wonder. It's been a little bit. How are you? Moores, good to see you. Doing a quick bush check. All right, can respect that. John, good to see you. Ace, Dragon Blue, welcome in, guys. I'm intrigued to see what you do with your Friday time slot once you're done with Dominion 6. I want to see more Dom 6 content. I'm going to suggest every third Friday of the month you roll up a Pretender. I don't have a definitive plan yet, in all honesty. I don't know. I'd like to maybe do a little bit of Blitz content, but I don't think I have it in me on a Friday night. It would have to be like a weekend time slot. So I don't know. I really don't know. Feel free if you want in the comments of the VOD to post suggestions or whatnot, or hop on to the Discord. Same thing there. Came for battle, stay for the Wincest. Okay, fair enough. Time to play the nation equivalent of CK2. Yeah, Pirik, thank you very much for the 10 New Zealand dollar super chat with a bunch of greeds. That does remind me, thank you for the reminder. We added, in celebration of every strategy, a cheese emote. So make sure you check out the cheese. And if you like to, you could roast it with some Rex right there. Saturday morning blitz. It wouldn't be in the morning. I'll definitely say that. I pretty much crash out after stream and sleep for many an hour trying to catch up on my sleep. Building some Warhammer 40k stuff. Nice. What do you collect? Good evening. Hey, Andre, how's it going? I almost added you when I added the cheese emote, but I managed to control myself. The baby is almost here. Well, congratulations. Now you have more than one, right? If I remember right. Okay. Yep, looking good. Nice and steady. Okay. So Erytheia, it's all right. That's my conclusion. It's all right. Definitely an advantage of there's not a huge amount of competition, or at least relevant competition in late age with the distinct late age Atlantis. But we have some tools that at least we have tools. Like, are they the best? But at least we have options. So that's okay. Relay is relay. I'm not really looking forward to that one. Ironically enough, I think late age relay is my least favorite. Oh, the sub baby. Deal. I suppose that's true. You've been a member long enough to create life. I could get behind that. Okay, so yeah, I think we are going to go with Flippy. I quite enjoy the chassis, and we didn't get to use them too much, and we did a foul vapor stream that didn't get to do a lot of foul vapors just because of the thrones that we ended up with. So I do like that chassis quite a bit, and he tested pretty well compared to a lot of other things. There was a lot of chat in the comments for the pregame video about unaging, which definitely will help out your Doctol, or your Dudokchos. They tend to come in at old, even though they don't look like they should. It's based on the pathing that they end up getting. So that is vaguely helpful to them. They are sacred, of course, so they would get that. Another one that people talked about was some recuperation. It was noted, prince and princesses often do come in with afflictions. They're busy killing each other off so that they can be top sister or top brother, I suppose. So that was another bit of conversation. I don't think I'm going to change to either of those, but I could see it. My only worry is the sacred here is he's just not stellar, right? Like, this is a guy who could fit into early age. Like, you wouldn't think this would be crazy. He'd be really good in early age, but like it's bronze gear. I mean, hoplite gear is still good. He does have a magic weapon, but like This is late age. Like, this ain't gonna do it. He's got to have at least a little something something, in my opinion. Now, it can be pretty small, like what we're gonna use tonight, larger and a little poison resist. But I do think you have to give him something. Like, unaging and recuperation is not gonna help these guys out enough, in my opinion. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty here. I also was considering if maybe we should do a donut. I tend to like donuts when we're playing Water Nations, but I don't think I'm going to. I think we're going to stick with Twirling Sea tonight. Do our usual dual cave. We'll do a north-south. Late age. Yeah, I misspelled that horrifically. I think I still misspelled that. Late age. We are going to have land nations because there are basically no relevance. It's only relay as a water nation in the late age. Go to our difficult. We will plop ourselves in there with Erytheia. Do I want to force Atlantis? I guess is the only real question. We could put in Arco. Arco is like vaguely relevant here. I don't know. Marignon could be kind of interesting. They're like sailors. Maybe we just leave it up to random chance tonight. And give chat a second to catch up here. See if there's anything interesting. Oh, fair enough, Andre. He's just a guy in the age. I mean, he at least has awe, so it's not like he's completely like awe and a magic weapon. Like, that's not terrible, but yeah, it's not stellar either. Tolkien Nation might be dead, but not the God King. That's right. The awe doesn't even work underwater. It only won't work underwater if you're in the deep sea, I believe, because there's no sun present. But it also shouldn't be working in the cave either. Large berserk. I'm thinking about that. Yeah, I actually do like berserk more than a lot of people do. Part of that's because I play single player. In multiplayer, players are going to be a lot better at finding a way to do a point of damage to your sacred mages and get them destroyed. Arco, yeah, we did put Arco in there. I think we're going to leave it to random chance tonight. We'll just see what fate has in store. Even if we do get Lemuria, which would be about our worst matchup, especially if we're going to go flippy, we at least have magic weapons on our sacreds, so it's not the worst thing ever. We'll leave it up to fate. Sometimes that's good too. Okay, and we're here. And oops, for a god, I'm going to load in. And we are going to do Grandpa Flippy. So Grandpa Flippy here, larger poison resistance. You could mix up the poison resistance. I like this because I'm going to put 5 sacreds as bodyguards for him. And this will make them about 95% likely to survive his poison gas, his foul vapors. It's not 100% effective. It's not quite high enough. But if he buffs them with any extra poison resist, they'll be just fine. Having the extra HP from larger also helps them out. They're going to have a little attrition, but it shouldn't be too bad. In addition to that, we've just got a smattering of other paths here. Some air will let him cloud trap ease around. Very valuable in the late game. He can solo thrones with a little bit of gear. And assuming you can foul vapor the throne. The water, liquid body, being able to do quickness buffs. The earth, being able to earth buff, obviously. It's not bad. His main thing is really going to be the foul vapors, though. We also could consider moving around some stats here. I could see taking death 1. I could see maybe trying to get some luck or some magic, but this works okay. The extra heat, I don't mind the attrition that you take from extra heat scales. And extra heat is worth about half a death scale of pop kill. I don't find it too bad. Part of that's because I play very short games. The longer the game you play, the more growth and death matter. So just take that as food for thought. We also could maybe go dormant, but I like to expand with him, so we're going to go awake. This would free up a lot of points, though. All right, Grandpa Flippy, bringing it back. Go ahead and load in with our settings here. So renaming is allowed. 10 points to win, 5, 5, and 3 thrones, respectively. Let's go ahead and load in, see what we get. Because we're amphibious, I'm going to jinx myself here, but I find it very hard to believe that we would get a start I wouldn't feel okay playing. Watch, we're getting like double tier 3 throne in our cap circle, which, ironically enough, depending on the throne, would be just fine for us. The great god of Pete. Let her rip, Flippy. Let her rip. Hey, Sherlock. How you doing, man? All right, what do we get? It's already playable enough. Not a great cap circle. We've only got 3 connections on land. We don't pull resources up from the water or anything, so that's kind of whatever. We have an underwater throne. 2 of them. Okay. Well, I've already liked that. We have a good choke point here. This should have a land connection, although maybe it's a freeze connection. That would be very much in our favor. Very, very much. We're heat 3, so we're not going to have rivers freeze. That would be super good. Okay, another throne. All right, so we can see 3 thrones. We also have the cave nearby. There's usually at least a throne, usually. We have a river here that does have crossings. Ironically enough, no crossings would be better for us because, again, we have swimming. But this is fine. Looks like all of our connections are up here. So we have kind of a nice little area to ourselves. Do remember that for our forts that are not coastal or underwater, they recruit crap. Like, this is the dude that we're going to get from non-coastal forts. Ironically enough, for a light infantry in late age, he's actually one of the better ones. A short sword with 11 attack and 15 damage is actually on the high end of light infantry. That being said, he's still light infantry, so he's not good. Just let's keep our expectations realistic here. Sherlock says, catching up on all the streams. Still around, just behind. Well, no problem, man. I mean, they're there for your consumption. We've had some pretty good ones lately, I will say. Flippy rides out one last time. Yep. One last rip for Flippy here. The stream didn't reload, just stuck on waiting. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, YouTube doing YouTube things. Flippy breaker of wind. Jacuzzi bubbler. Okay, oh my gosh, gotta reorient my hands here for using the stupid arrow keys. Ill winter. It's current year. WASD is how we move maps in current year. It's just time. I know it's gonna be hard, but it's time. It just is time. All right, Mr. Scout. I'm very curious to know what we have here. We also could rush a throne, or excuse me, rush a castle here. Likely to have pretty good money. Money is going to be a major problem for us at the beginning. If we get past the beginning, which, you know, we usually do, we should be pretty rich. We're going to have lots of citadels on coasts. Usually that's pretty good income, but we got to get there. I mean, that's fine, I guess. I kind of want to know what's here. If this is super easy, we might send our land forces. Our starting armies, yeah. Like I said, spears, bronze spears in the late age, 13 pierce. That's a bit of a yikes. That's a bit of a yikes. So we'll set them up. We'll let the hoplite guys take the front and try to stay alive. I do think we're gonna make this guy our prophet. All right, let me do that. Let me zoom up here in chat. Do we have a new one? One Speed Wonder. I believe you've had a prophet before. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. I believe I remember that because it's a pretty unique name. I think Moors might actually be next. So One Speed Wonder and Moors. Have either of you had a prophet before? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Moors, how about you? I have not. Okay, well, congratulations. I would say you have average chance of surviving tonight. Enjoy your reincarnation as a mermaid. A merman, excuse me. And he'll become our prophet. It's important we get our prophet on turn 1 because we're using an Awake Expander. we really want to have candles. He is good enough to do it without, but we would much prefer to stay inside of our candles for safety's sake. All right, he is going to be forging. He is not going to be forging because he does not have any construction. Okay, we need construction. Do we go higher than 3 or 1? I don't know. Let me remind myself. Oops. We want the astral gear is what we're going to use here. If we do Control A just to show everything, we are going to use the enchanted helmet. So we need just level 1, and we are going to use the enchanted ring mail, also level 1. Okay, so we only need level 1. We could go higher. That would be possible, but I think we'll start there. And then for Flippy, we either want to go for personal regen or the alteration buffs. We started with bark skin, which is better than nothing. So I think we're going to go regen for the maximum survival. And then for alteration, temper flesh is kind of where I'd like to end. I think we're going to start with that. We may change out at some point and grab some evocation so our other mages can be helpful in expansion. We didn't really luck out here, unfortunately. Another reason that having some magic scales would be nice, just for some extra starting magic. All right, so he's going to research. I'm definitely not going to try to blind expand on him. I would like my sacreds. Also, how weird is it? This is one of the very few nations that your sacred is like over here. Sacreds are almost always at the end of the first row, and then you have other things you can recruit after them. Very weird that they're over here. Other things, we're going to need an astral person to make that gear. So we need at least 1. I think we'll grab a scout. Bodyguards for Flippy would be great. I could get 3 of them. Or we try to bolster our starting army. That's an okay amount of crossbows. I don't hate that. Or I wish shift click would delete 10 at a time. Or we could get 4 of those. That's definitely a no. I think we're going to go for Flippy bodyguards. We'll get the 3 and then, I don't love that. I think we're just going to do that. This is going to be a little awkward. We're going to count on him to make up for lost time. So we'll just do that. Do we get mercs? Swimming men. I don't hate that. They're not stellar, but Flippy could go into the water and then we could recruit them. Apparently this island is underwater, so they could attack Morn and then out. Flippy also could take this easily if it's a tier 1 throne. Maybe actually, would you scout and see what that throne is? We could try to rush a fort here. All right. Backing up in chat here. Hoplites are quite good at staying alive. Yep, they totally are. The problem with these hoplites is a bronze spear in late age with 13 pierce damage just ain't gonna cut it. It just isn't gonna cut it. Literally not gonna cut it. You really need that 15, 16 damage point for most things that people are using on the lines. Of course, you know, every lobby is going to be unique depending on what you're fighting, but just as a rule, just as a general rule, a 16 is really what I want to see on a weapon for fighting in late age, middle age too. That's why Titans are best at dormant. They can enter and start producing something. Crossbow spam. Yep. These aren't even real crossbows. These are the Gastra Fets, the underwater crossbows. Not as good as normal crossbows, but they're still a crossbow, so. Makara says, just finished Digimon Time Stranger. It was a blast. A real dark horse picks for this year's best games. Really, compared to Silk Song and Expedition 33, would you put that in the same ballpark? Having a foot in the water so early is pretty good. It would be. Okay. Let's keep going here. I think we are going to do our research here. What are we actually getting? 31, so we're going to need to research for 2 turns. If that's the case, we're not going to need those bodyguards yet. I think I would rather bolster my expansion army, and I think that the way to do it is crossbows. We'll do this instead. Okay, let's do it. All right, we sense our thrones. We killed 1,000 people by being in our capital. Another reason we need to get out of here ASAP. 40 units, crossbow, light, crossbows, heavy cav, forest trolls, some ichthids. Okay. Ichthids are pretty doable for Flippy. That's pretty darn safe. I really would like to go with 1 piece of gear, though. Having that makes this relatively safe. All right, we grab you guys, hop in here in a line. And you are going to hold and fire probably just closest. Stay back. We don't currently have sacreds, so we'll just bless and courage and cast spells. Hold attack closest. Hold and attack closest. Can we do one of these? I don't think we beat 20 trolls with that army. 40 units. 40 units. I think we could do that one. We also could send them against the ichthids. I don't hate that. Flippy would be very good at doing that, though, and Flippy could also go take the throne. Flippy might struggle a little bit with those trolls. I definitely want the gear and probably some protection magic before we try that. So Flippy's probably going this way. Okay, we're going to finish level 1 next turn. All right, let's get a second guy so we can make both pieces of gear. I got to get Flippy out of the capital as soon as possible. His gas is just absolutely killing us here, quite literally. I didn't make... This was supposed to be a scout. But again, what is with this nation? This is a leader, and this is the scout. Normally, scouts are always at the front. It's fine. We'll need a second leader at some point anyways. Just not what I was meaning to get. Okay, I do want to have 5 bodyguards when we leave. Yeah, we'll do that. Merc-wise, bar strikers. I'm so leery about what I'm seeing here. Can we take 40? We have 30, 45 units, including some crossbows, but they have crossbows that are better. We got a heavy cap. Man, what a rough cap circle, ironically enough. I'm debating waiting another turn. That's how worried I am about this. Is that going to change my starting army, though, because I'm doing sacred recruitment? I could go to any of these 3. I think we go for this one. I don't love it, but I also don't want to sit in my cap. We could also try this. The most numerous thing is crossbows, though. This map gen is pain. Every map gen is pain, Axe. That is the lesson I have learned. This is kind of important. That's why I'm hemming and hawing so much. I feel like this is relatively safe, even if we lose it. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm just committed to that. All right, you can chill here for a turn. Bar strikers do nothing for me. Do it. Babel's misfortune, scales kicking in. Yeah, I feel that. All right, C for color, R for round counter, and level 2 detail, please. What do we got? Okay, no mages. That's what we want to see. They got their light troops out front. Again, what we like to see. The heavier guys actually have a shield. So we would much rather shoot the guys who don't have a shield. Yeah, turns out crossbows are really effective against underwater troops that generally don't have shields. We are going to get wrapped, though, if we're not careful, so we fire quick, boys. Okay, we're partially broken. That's not what we want to see. Yeah, those lighter troops just ain't cutting it. Okay, we routed their light troops. We are almost out of front line. Come on, boys. It's close. Oh, that was so close. Ooh. All right, great start, everybody. Anything you can claim a territory from. Get him, he's limping. Yeah. And now apparently everyone like figures out how to aim after the battle's over. All right, well, it is what it is. That's all right. What do we got? Army consists of Ichthids, Ichthid warriors, and Mind Lords. The army appears to be commanded by Nuktun the Mind Lord. Flippy can handle this throne just fine. I will want to get gear on him just in case that he gets paralyzed, but otherwise he should be just fine. Okay. And that should be a tier 2 throne at least. All right, well, good job, but you're going to have to go home for reinforcements, or we could recruit locally, and then we could go with the swimming men. This... What is with this territory? Is this bugged? I have a water connection in, but I also have a frozen connection? Am I crazy? This shouldn't exist. How do we have water? I guess... No, I guess that makes sense. This is a river is what this is. Okay, that makes sense. If this was a river. Yeah. Yeah, you have to remember, what it looks like doesn't matter. And there's no river here. This is just part of the land, according to this. Because this is a land connection, not a river connection. This is a river connection. And this is sea to land connections. That's what was throwing my brain off there. Yeah, this is why it's so hard to generate island maps, by the way, which if you're a member on YouTube or Patreon, you should totally link your Discord, and then you can download the island maps that I made. You could totally get that. All right. Okay, in that case, the mermen here are not going to help because the only place they could go would be here, and they can't win this fight. Flippy would do better without them, so that's no good. Okay, so you have to go home is the long short of what that's telling us. All right, we need 2 more sacreds for guard duty. Boink, boink. What actually survived, if anything? None of our good units and a couple lights. That just sucks. That's all there is to it. Another thing we have to think about, I really would like to try to get a prince and a princess before our first event pops. I don't know the exact rules. I want to say it's like possible to start on like turn 9, maybe? I don't know. It seems a little bit random. And it seems a little bit early. It's hard to get those out in the early game because they're slow to recruits and they're just kind of pricey. I do kind of want to get them though. I think I'm just going to go all in. That is not enough of a front line to do anything of note. I guess we'll just work on the sacreds. Yeah, our army's kind of screwed on that, unfortunately. Okay, Flippy, we can't leave this turn. We did finish the research, right? Yes. Okay, so you forge. Just kidding. You, I guess we could look at other things. What do we get? We got a fire and a water. I was going to do alchemy and make our pearls, but we could see what else we could make. Nothing and nothing. Okay. Then I will do alchemy. So we need 10 astral pearls. We are currently at 3. So we could only make 1 piece of armor for this turn. So we will go ahead and forge the body armor. We are tall. We're size 7. So we are less likely to get hit in the head. Nothing can reach us. You add your weapon reach and your unit size, and that's as high as you can reach for unit size. So a human with a spear can only hit size 6, so he can't get stabbed in the head. We could still totally get shot, though. Okay, research and research, if that's the case. Next turn, we're going to have 3 pearls, 4 pearls, 5 pearls. Okay, so I can make it next turn. I'll have to have somebody deliver it. That's fine. Annoying, but fine. Okay, next. Oh, no! Okay, well, we hate that. We hate that quite a bit, actually. Not that it's Atlantis per se, but he's on my spot. I called dibs on that. I think we are going to rush him with Flippy. I don't think AI can handle a foul vapor rush. Sieging this down is going to absolutely suck. Okay. It is what it is. Mr. Scout, head on over there. Actually, slow boat it. I want to check these numbers while we're moving. That's a little annoying. And by a little, I mean a lot annoying. I definitely can't do these guys without a piece of armor. I might be able to do these guys. So we could leave, do this, and then what? Turn around and pick up our gear. We could go here. But we don't know what it is. Man, this is miserable terrain. Absolutely miserable terrain. They have crossbows. Flippy can expand. It's just very sketch to go into crossbows or heavy cav without the gear. We got really unlucky that we got crossbow, and 20 trolls. That's pretty rough. Okay, well, it is what it is. Good thing you took heat. Yeah. One of the reasons I think that we at least are okay having a Atlantis because we like heat. Okay, we killed some brigands. We've already killed off like 3,000 people in our capital, by the way. That Flippy's gas, man. Like it's a thing. All right, put on your gear. We are not going to wait around to make the second piece. So, we are going to make it. So, forge magic item. Now we want the helmet. We'll just deliver it with a scout. We have 2 points remaining. I think I'm just going to grab 2 more scouts. If we're going to do an early war, I'm going to need some good visual. All right, and we'll go sacred's what we can. We'll take 2 more bodyguards. Okay, we're going to air shield. Note he auto casts. In fact, we should probably put him into Flippy form. Let's get into Flippy form. Change it. All right. That does matter because he loses his arms. He has flippers, so he can't hold anything. Does have a helmet. Does have a body armor. That's the 2 most relevant ones. Does have boots. Boots is another slot that kind of sucks to lose. Okay, then he auto casts foul vapors. That's where I was going with that. So we don't need to worry about a slot. And that's really good because people can get hit by foul vapors before they have a chance to put up protection. So that's actually pretty relevant. All right, we're going to air shield ourselves. We're going to personal bark skin. Okay, this is not a poison buff I can put on our little dudes, so we're not going to bother with that. Don't need any of this. Don't need any of that. All right, we're probably going to end up spamming like flying shards because we're dumb. So we'll put on Eagle Eyes, and then he can just cast spells. Right, he'll be just fine. Once we have heal, he'll also help keep his sacreds alive. Okay, now I do want to go at them relatively early, but I also want to get some infrastructure up and running. Excuse me? A knight has appeared. He's on a quest for the Shrine of the Shark Lords. Sure. All right. Let's put you on hold, stay behind troops. And ironically enough, I'm actually going to get started on these. All right, cool. Oob, you're in. All right, what are we going to do here? You got the man, I wish our Dominion had spread here. I'm very suspicious that we're here and not here, so we probably had an Atlantis candle push in here. Where are we going? I really like to do this, but I just don't know if we can kill trolls with foul vapor. They might regen enough, and I don't have a good spell. I think we're going to go safety. All right, get going, Flippy. Go see what that is. Okay, that leaves us with this, which is not enough to do anything with. So we're going to need to continue on. I got to get our cap circle. This is ridiculous. This is a rough start. This is a really bad cap circle. I didn't realize how bad this was. Heavy cav and lots of crossbows. Pretty rough. That's all right. We'll be fine. We'll definitely catch up. Swimming men, I just don't care. I am going to need one of these guys, and then I think we're going to get started on her. I really do want to try to get that event to pop properly. Our troops can actually hit the trolls. Yep, they totally can. The throne might have the shrine in it. Oh, that'd be cool. 10 provinces by turn. We should be able to pick up here. We should be okay. Flippy's pretty good once we get rolling. We also didn't really luck out on our research particularly. He doesn't have personal regen. So again, I'm very nervous about these crossbows, but we got to get moving. Like, we can't sit here forever. Let's hope we don't have an oopsie. We got to get him his safety helmet. Also, one thing that helps here, remember our blessing has 5 poison resist on it. And because we're in our own dominion with God, they're auto-blessed. So they start with the poison resistant. It's not enough to full protect them, but oftentimes it'll be good enough. And because they're large, we have the extra HP. So we can survive a little bit of poison. A little bit. It'll be better once we can do heal. He'll do healing touch. All right, enemy crossbows are already taking a lot of poison. Yeah, see, he's healing touching as they get poisoned. Okay, some of the enemies who have been most poisoned are already down. How you feeling, guys? 4 HP, 6 HP, and you're weakened. 2 HP. Okay, bodyguards, you did an absolutely terrible job. You should not let them all get on Flippy. That was terrible. How we feeling, Flippy? He's all right. Because we took the earth, he does have the affliction resistance. He would really like an amulet of affliction resistance. That would be a nice craft for him. I hate flying shards so much. That spell is so overpriced. All right, but we win. All right, that was fine, TM. We didn't lose any bodyguards yet. 13. Yeah, we did get one weakened already. Once we can buff poison resistance, he'll spam that on them too. He's just like petting them with his flippers. All they're there for really is to lance catch. So around 38, 39, 40. My goodness. And we did end up losing one to poison. Wow. All right. Well, like I said, it's not going to be attrition less. Well, that's not what I wanted to see. Not what we wanted to see at all, actually. I don't mind attacking them. The thing is, it's going to take us a really long time to actually siege them down. That's just my problem. All right, you bring Flippy's helmet. Are we going to go there? Flippy could go here, and then up the coast to attack them. Are you winning fish? We are not currently winning fish. Trolls are not, yeah, I'm very worried that they're going to regen through. And unless he has an offensive spell, he's not going to be able to kill those. So I think we're going to go this way. And it's war. I just don't even know what else to say. We have to take territory. We can't not take territory. All right, that should already help us out a decent amount with getting, yes, getting people. We need frontline more than we need anything else. I will take those, though. Yeah, this is not enough to do anything. They're going to have to go into the trolls, so we're going to need a certain amount. All right, it is what it is. Do we have a merc that's relevant? No. All right, we got our prince. Kind of a crappy prince, if I'm being honest. All right, and you are going to deliver Flippy's helmet, but you'll never catch him if you go that way. So we're just going to go this way. We could bring one more item, but I don't have the gems to make anything, so moot. All right, research. Okay, next turn we will have personal regeneration. That's going to make Flippy a lot safer. Yeah, he'll hopefully cast it on himself there. Unfortunately, just my luck, the Shade Throne. The throne that's not going to be affected by my poison. So we will need an actual army here. That being said, we can kill the militia and the light cav with Flippy. So we could do a attack throne retreat. Just try to hang out for a few rounds and run off. That wouldn't be the worst. Man, so I wanted this choke point, we got Atlantis. I wanted an early throne and we got Shades. Man, rip map gen. Okay, then I do need to see how Atlantis is expanding. Okay, here's Bogarus. Probably not going to have too much to do with them this game. We seem to have enough throw. Well, maybe we'll end up fighting for thrones over here. Could be. Okay, we have a bit of money. I've already queued up what we can queue up. All right, it's war. Shades have poison res? Yep, they're undead. Ethereal undead, if we're being specific. Okay, so battle in Milegate. Okay, so they attacked into here and died, no surprise. And then I attacked them, so we killed off any survivors they had. This looks like just PD, though. Breathe deep, boys, breathe deep. I'm really annoyed that we lost one of our bodyguards on literally the first fight. Okay, none that time. Unexpected event. Hey, everyone celebrate. The king has married his favorite sister, and she was crowned queen of land and water. She's now become divine and sits on the throne of land and water. Together they will rule the land of the setting sun. A month of festivities is following the royal marriage, and there was much commerce and happiness. So if you don't have them and this event pops, you get unrest. It's not ridiculous. Like, it seems to be like 10 to 20. It's not terrible, but it's in your capital and it hurts your income. So instead, they get extra holy magic. That's great. We got a little bit of money. That's fine. So here they are. We now have 2 holy 3s. Not the most relevant thing, but not terrible either. Okay, you guys. We are literally just going to continue trying to grow to fight the trolls. Now, I can't... If you recruit any more of these, they'll kill each other off. They'll try assassinating each other. So I would not suggest getting any more when they're in the same place. So until I ship these 2 out, I don't want any more of those. We'll get them out and they can help do some site searching, etc., etc. Let's start getting some Ductos. This is our main combat mage. I can afford it. Yes, let's get 1.5 of those. And then let's continue with Sacreds. Yeah, and then I think next turn we'll make an attempt on the trolls. People were calling out in chat. We did get the Garnets. Not terrible. Griffin Riders will have larger, and poison resist. That's fine. Those are usable. Okay, so you are just going to chill here because you're going to deliver the hat. I'm not going to over PD this because I'm hoping that I'm going to go here, here, probably here, and then on their cap. So that's the plan. So Flippy's going to head to Millgate. Very unfortunately, this is a heavy cap, so I'm a little sketch on that. Let's get our personal regen, and we want that up really early. And we may not want Eagle Eyes now they have other options. We could do Gift of the Serpent, which is poison resistant. So we will spam at least 2 of those. Try to get our bodyguards so that they're immune to the poison. Could try to get, but they're going to die to the, yeah, getting reinforcements here is not going to work. So we'll just leave that be. All right, you keep exploring. Not much else to say. What are we on? Turn 6, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Feels about right. Yep, that's a Babel game right there. Hey, Pendragon, how's it going, man? Been a little while. Sacreds do have magic weapons. Yes, they do. Magic weapons are a really nice utility thing. Like, now that you have to be incarnate, like, everyone used to take magic weapons when it wasn't incarnate. Like, everyone took magic weapons. But now it's actually, like, you have to actually pay a little bit of a price for that. Can you make more kings and queens? I believe if these ones die, then we could. We would crown another royal couple. We can't make more sets unless these die. They are the king and the queen. If we recruit more of the princes and princesses, they'll kill each other off if they're in the same province. So, like, if you have 2 sisters, they'll try to kill each other, or 2 brothers, they'll try to kill each other. So we want to try to get couples, essentially, and then move them out. Unfortunately, we didn't really roll very good on these. You can get a bajillion magic paths. You can hit every single one of these 25%ers. We did not hit very many 25%ers. We hit 1 guaranteed and 1 25%, essentially. So pretty bad rolls on both of those. We could go out and site search, but they're so bad, I'm not even going to bother at the moment. I don't want a chance losing 600 gold, 2 slow to recruits over here. So, well, I guess we could search underwater, though. Nah, let's just use them for some research at the moment. Flippy will get better and better as we go up alteration. Personal mist form, big survivability jump. Personal iron skin, big survivability. Temper flesh, nigh indestructible at that point. Merc check, still just a swimming mint. A mechanic that we don't usually see because the AI usually bids. Every turn that the mercs don't get hired, their price actually lowers. Just food for thought. Not something that happens a lot because the AI usually just buys them all the time, but Bum Rush Atlantis. I'm going to do a little bit of cap circle clearing because if I don't, I'm not going to have anyone who can sit on Atlantis. We're going to struggle to siege that down quite a bit. So I'm going to need at least to have a little bit of income. Now here, we're really hoping for an HP route based on the crossbows. Okay, we got our bark skin off, so we have our personal buffs up. All right, yeah, that was okay. One of the nice things here, those flashes are Sun Awe going off. Sun Awe, for anyone who doesn't know, it's the same as normal Awe, but it only works if you're where the sun can be seen. So no caves. I don't think they work in deep seas. And if somebody does something to get rid of the sun, Utter Dark. Does Lady Zabulba have Theft of the Sun? I'm guessing they do. Anything that gets rid of the sun, Sun Awe stops working. But you saw all those flashes, so that was pretty nice. A bunch of people just losing attacks there. We have not lost any bodyguards yet. We've lost 2. Yeah, we don't love that. We don't love that. All right, we're regening for 9, though, and it looks like they're HP routing. All right, so we do make it. This is why having some bodyguards is really important. Wow, and the bodyguards broke? Oof. Flippy's going to give them a spanking when he gets home. He is not going to be happy about that. Man, how diabolical is that? He earth melded him. Oh no. No, 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 no. You're not going anywhere, buddy. Good luck getting out of that while you slowly die. You remember? Yeah, I would recognize the name Pendragon, and guy in top hat. Now that YouTube decided to let us have our names back. Hoplites just weren't killing enough. But what? Peace out. As he just takes off. Sure, Flippy. Sure. All right. Yep. All right. So let's hand off the helmet. Now we're going to be a lot safer having that helmet on. Without the helmet, I was a little sketch on getting shot in the head. Now we have 20 protection. It's fine. And we're going to self-buff. We'll be just fine. All right. You head that way. Actually, go via that route. I'd prefer to go this direction, but I can see they're coming. So, yeah. Head that way. God, our PD is so bad. All right, I'm going to move defensively here. They're going to attack me. I would much prefer to move over here, but this PD is so bad, we're not going to be able to kill these. So putting PD here would literally do nothing. And I'd like to protect my haunted village. All right, at home, do we think we finally have enough to challenge somewhere between like 8 and 20 trolls? I think the answer is yes. Do I have any offensive magic that would help? Fireflies? I mean, it is 2 words of stone. I think we'll be okay. We're gonna send in the twins here. Little twincest going on. In fact, I think we're gonna rename you. You're gonna be Chad, and you're gonna be washing machine. All right, Chad and washing machine. We'll head with the army, and we'll try to take out these trolls. I think we can do it. Having 2 casters there should be enough. Hold an attack closest. And let me think. Trolls. Probably right here. They're not going to have any range attacks or anything. So we want to be kind of close. The problem with this crossbow is it's really short range. It's only 25. So like worse than like short bows. In fact, let's get even closer. I want them under fire immediately. All right, you guys. Bro will do divine blessing. And then I don't think we want any of this. I guess we'll do a twist fate just for safety's sake. And then I'm just going to let him cast. Well, no, I'm not going to trust him. Do 3 words of stone. And let's give you each. These are expensive enough. I think I'm going to give them. In fact, these guys are so worthless. I think I'm just going to move them to bodyguards. They're so worthless. All right. And then she will do Sermon of Courage 2. She doesn't need air shield for this fight. She's going to cast Charged Body. I don't want that. She's going to blow herself up. So protection from lightning to save herself from herself. Desiccation isn't terrible. Fatigue out the trolls, maybe? I still think it's just better to do Word of Stone and just get damage in there. Okay, so you guys head that way. We have 3 holy 3s. We better win this, is all I have to say. Screw gravity. He's just using his rocket powers. Gravity is just a law. It's not like it can't be broken. Do you believe in gravity? Says Flippy as he ascends. Trolls hate fire. They're not particularly weak to fire in this one. They aren't step siblings? No, they're not. Don't tell Visa. Sweet home Alabama. Banjo plays in the distance. Flippy's just going to town on his banjo. Okay, they have not expanded in any other direction. So yeah, we're going to beeline them. All right, please don't hunt him out because I do want to keep an eye on you. This is going to suck though because we're going to have to sit on this forever to get through. Maybe we could summon in some like fire ants or something to help siege. I don't know. Also, We have a double earth guy. Do you have anything you can do? I kind of want him to go with. He can far strike. Not the best spell ever, but you know what? You know what? Yeah. Twist Fate. And then just start far striking. So far strike is basically like you open a portal and then you turn your fist into steel and you punch somebody through the portal. It's ridiculous, by the way. Very ridiculous. Not a spell you often see, but I want him to go with because I want them to site search if I'm going to be over here anyways. So we're just going to turn off research essentially for a second. All right, give me my sacreds. Yeah, look at those resources are already so much better. Yes, so much better. Okay, Flippy is moving here defensively. That really sucks. I really wish we could have gone this way. But it is what it is. Early cap will make up for our bad expansion. TNC is across the river already. Yep, we're at the end of year 1. We're going to start seeing more and more people. All right, they did attack me here, so I did predict that correctly. Yeah, these guys would have mulched our militia PD, the ice glaives, 24 damage. You guys don't have poison resist, so we're okay. And they do have a little bit better than human HP, but I mean, it's only going to do so much. We lost our bodyguards here too. Just eat up more attacks. Just eat up more attacks. That's all I care. Give the poison some more time to run its course. These guys do hit hard enough that they could get through. I've only got 21 and 20 protection at the moment. So they definitely can hurt me. 94 HP is not that high. We do regen 9 per turn, but glaives are glaives. So come on, breathe deep, boys. Breathe deep. Yeah, some pebbles ain't gonna do it, my man. How we feeling? 7 HP. How's the leadership doing? We got some skeletons being summoned. Okay, you are poisoned and you have broken. Okay, good. Skeletons are kind of spooky, just like anything else, because they're immune to the poison. So if we got surrounded by skeletons, they could actually take us out sooner or later. All right, they died. They lost their leadership. Cool. Those are very expensive units that they're going to lose here. Hopefully they die. Hopefully they don't get to get off field. Yeah. Okay. This is one of the ones where having this really bad combat speed, it should have been 10. Well, no, it should have been 8. But low combat speed is a weakness against foul vapors. So good matchup for us there. Dom kill faster than a siege. True that, actually, Wero. That's a fair play, actually, with 3 holy 3s. And then Flippy can still go out and expand for us. All right, now we have to make a little bit of a call here, though. 50 units into enemy candles, so we're gonna lose HP. I think I'm gonna chance it. If he dies, it's not the end of the world. We're not 100% reliant on a bless or anything. It's unfortunate that it's Atlantis with their stupid ice glaives. Most other things I wouldn't be too worried about. I'm a little worried about the ice glaives. All right, what do we got? Okay, regening 3. They probably could have regened through the poison. I was right on that. I've never done a foul vapor versus troll test, but I imagine the trolls would be just fine. I don't think we could do enough damage. And those clubs, again, will hit hard enough. Yeah, 30 damage that they would club up Flippy pretty quick. All right, we're really counting on Word of Stone here to put in some work. Probably won't see a lot of stoning, but I'm hoping for some damage. Okay, a little bit of fire, that's fine. Also, oh no, I guess I take that back. I said earlier they weren't weak to fire. They are weak to fire. I guess I was thinking of the Vine Ogres. So, my correction there. If you can foul vapor and fatigue out the battlefield, the enemy would be amazing. Yep, we will hopefully do that. Things like rigor mortis, quagmire spell, curse of stones, all of those things go really, really well with foul vapors. I cast fist. They sure do. All right, we do this. That wasn't too bad. What did we lose? Actually, not bad considering. Not bad. What the heck, game? What the heck? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I guess it's technically 4 away because this is an impassable mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4. WTF. All right. All right. Gonna be like that then. I really would like to start a fort. It's already turn 8. I think we're gonna try to take Ironport. I would also like to stop and just site search. Also, we got cursed by the troll shaman. Wow. All right. All right, let's try to take Ironport. Okay, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to try to resupply Flippy with bodyguards. We'll see. We'll see if I can get that to happen. He is a lot safer if he had those. All right, then I want a real leader, and we can actually get more royal couple. I'm making pretty good income, so we can probably start a fort next turn. Let's get another big bro. Get the sacreds, get the heavies. Oh yeah, those resources are looking a lot healthier than they were before. All right, keep going. Let's see over there. All right, please don't die, Flippy. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in me who believes in you, Flippy. You got this. You got this. You have 1 level, so you have a little bit of extra stats. I really wish that you could just click this and it would tell you the stats that your XP is adding. I believe this is an attack and a defense for level 1. I don't remember off the top of my head. I never can keep those straight. But it just seems weird that it just doesn't tell me. Okay, we got kind of a loser, and we got kind of a loser. That's a little unfortunate. I guess underwater, he could summon water power. He'd be all right. Yeah, I'm not loving that. 4 away from Bogaroos. 1. Well, I'm not going to count that one because I took heat. So they would have to go this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're a little bit further. I guess they took cold though. So maybe we do negate that. So Bogaroos has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we're in here really tight. So whoever's over here has extra room. So who is it actually? It is Vettenheim. Okay. Well, none of these other ones are going to be stellar at getting underwater. So once we do take out Atlantis, the ocean is mine. All right, please don't die, Flippy. Please don't die. You can roll for more randoms to get better H3s for the site searching. Hopefully we won't lose them and need to roll up more kings and queens, but we totally could if we have to. Okay, Alt 2, that's a little bit of an improvement. Ironport. Come on, team. Okay. Aw, doing a little bit of work there. But, yeah, doing all right. Here, you see how much closer our crossbows have to get to be able to fire at things. All right, that was fine. Yeah, we didn't lose too much. Okay, come on, Flippy. Come on, Flippy. Okay, so this is just PD for the most part. Oh, and his profit. Ooh. Okay, what's your bless? True sight and heroism. So he's probably not awake yet. I really hope we kill his prophet, because that's one less temple check he'll get if we're going to go for the Dom kill. Okay, we unlocked personal misform with our research this turn. Excellent. He's doing fists of iron. Flippers of iron. He's just slapping them like crazy. Okay. I mean, anything we can win, that's fine. I didn't see. I think we must have got his profit. I didn't see if that was him or not. Let's see. It would be the ice captain, I believe, and then we did kill him. All right, so we just killed their prophet. I'm gonna put a little extra PD there. I gotta make sure to stomp that out. We have to go for it. We just do. Wait for those bodyguards, though. We'd be so much safer. 1 turn, 2 turns. 1 turn, 2 turns, and then we go. Okay. I'm gonna do that because this is just too dangerous. That's just too dangerous. And I'm gonna go here because this is safer because it's in our own dominion. I'm gonna chicken out a little bit here. Okay, so air shield. Atlantis doesn't actually do range things. What am I fighting into this turn? Yeah, no range stuff. So personal region, and then personal misform, and then personal stone skin, and then quicken self isn't terrible. It doesn't help you cast spells faster though. That's kind of whatever. Eagle Eyes isn't bad in case he starts tossing spells out. Protection from lightning in case he charges body himself. Flying shield is pretty decent. Flying shield's pretty decent. For Flippy, his main thing is I just need to not die. As long as I don't die, we win. Oh, personal flight just for safety. Because the foul vapors will do all the work. Okay, here. 31,000 population. I think we are going to try to fort this. I was going to turn around, but now actually I realize we're actually closer to his cap if we go south. So we're going to cap this, and then we're going to take his water assets. Come on, sis. Let's teach him a lesson. Okay, here. 21 units. The downside of having all these formation fighters, our front line is never going to be thick. It's going to be very thin forever. There's not a ton I can do about that. All right, let's get some actual DPS in case this army has to roll out. I would like to grab this before TNC does. We'll see if it happens. Okay, you can patrol. Do it. You have so much money, do it. No stone skin, bad for cold resist. They're not hitting me with cold spells yet. I'm not too worried about it. Enlarge. I'll have to look at my script. Yeah. Sometimes you guys type fast when I'm in the middle of scripting or something. It's all right. It's all right. Okay, we need to come out of this in okay shape so we can go fight Atlantis underwater. We're not going to be stellar, so we need to kind of win decently here. That was okay. I'm not loving the amount of crossbow fire we're taking. Yeah, Enlarge helps these guys quite a bit. Just the amount of raw stats you get from Enlarge is well priced. Sacreds have cold weapons. Okay, yeah, that is fair, Pin. That is actually fair. Yeah, we need to get Need to get the next protection spell up and running. All right, now this is exactly why we would prefer to have our bodyguards here. We have to eat a couple lance hits. Where are we at? 86 HP. We do have protective force up. So 50% chance of reducing incoming damage by this amount, by 20. That's not bad. All right, what do you guys got? 1 point of damage because of mist form. Fists of iron, we just punch, we just iron flippers, and we just start slapping fools. Breath of winter, okay, that's fine. So he puts up his ice clouds. I believe breath of winter also gives us yeah, cold resist. Yeah, we're gonna be just fine. We could switch it up for adding breath of winter, and that would give us enough protection. Because we don't have to worry about scripting damage, we have a very flexible script. Yep, just punching fools with that fist of iron. Have you ever been so mad that you turned your flippers into iron and then slapped a horse? He is literally just slapping fools. He doesn't have arms. He has flippers. Oh, and he, you know, I bet you Strength of Giants would actually increase Fists of Iron. I'm pretty sure it takes your strength into account. That is hilarious. Yep. Excellent. That's what we like to see. Okay, let's review that script. Oh, okay, well, annoyed. Okay, so Stone Skin does give us susceptibility 5. Let's drop personal flight. We'll just throw in... We'll throw in Breath of Winter because it's more protection. Protection from cold only gives 10. Breath of Winter... I'm pretty sure it must be giving us 20. I don't know off the top of my head. We'll even do it in that order just for safety's sake. All right, this is going to be really annoying. It's going to be like really annoying because he's... Yeah, don't retreat. I need you to hold and stay behind troops. I do want to meet up with my bodyguard, so I'm going to chance it. I'm just going to be really annoyed when this doesn't work properly. All right, and here we actually have some decent PD, and I would like to build a fort there. Coastal forts are really important to me, so I want to try to get a couple up. All right, big money. There's a palisade started. Let's also, we'll take a second and let's actually get a nomarch. I want to get somebody that can get out and do some preaching and some temple building. So we'll nab one of those. Well, I'll just queue them up anyways. She's using up the rest of my recruit this turn. Do that. Give me some DPS. And hopefully this army, I'll probably have them march out next turn. Line formation, hold and attack closest, hold and fire closest, in a line. Hold, stay behind troops, save that as a number 1. Okay. How we doing here? Doing okay. One of my sacreds apparently retreated under the seas? Sure. You can be a squire, buddy. Unfortunately, until we take this throne, these guys aren't really going anywhere. Or I need to get a different leader. Okay, drop some PD there. I am going to go after them here. I really want to make sure we keep them bottled. All right, and you keep going up the coast. Going up the coast. Do we have any mercs that would be relevant? Beast Brother. That's a no. That's a big no. He's napping and winning. It's Zhao Qi. Zhao Qi Long. Napping and winning. Pre-spam for the Shade Throne. Yeah, the Holy Twos actually wouldn't be terrible for that. I don't think I'm going to rush for that one, though. We have other things to... We have other fish to fry at the moment. But yeah, for when we get to it, that wouldn't be bad. Yeah. I'm using Breath of Winter to give me the cold resist. It's more than protection from cold. And on the off chance they have mercs or something that don't have cold resist. Is Morn an underwater province? No, it's like a weird island, coastal island thing. It's graphically represented very badly. It's coast, technically, with a river crossing. I'll show you when we're on the map next time. All right, please don't kill my bodyguards. Wait, why is Flippy not here? Oh. Oh. Okay, well, one bodyguard made it. The others died in that attack because they attacked here. So what happened here? That's really annoying. All right, so they have a stupid little Acna, the Tangalik. This 12 HP and water gem. Just buy me time, boys. Just buy me time. Losing PD like this can be bad, though. They can trigger HP routes on your big super combatants. If you're setting up just to fight with your super combatants, it's generally better not to have the PD here. I was not wanting this fight, so yeah. All right, well, that happened. All right, continue on. Okay, they did finally catch my dude. All right, I'm gonna up PD here. I really don't want to. Pretty sure I started that recruit. Grumble, grumble. Okay, but we did manage to take out the sea. Ooh, bad things happened in Dark Blue Sea. All right, so what happens here? We get flanked, I can already tell. Yeah, notice that we're not getting any of the awe because we're in deep sea. No sun. I'm surprised. Okay, you just retreat. Okay, I was gonna say I'm surprised they killed one of them. So we do win. We just had a lot of retreats. Did you make it? He did make it. Both of them did. Wow, that is really bad PD. Don't want to throne this particularly. All right, you guys come down here. God, that is like nothing. All right, back up. We're going to have to PD dump this. I hate that. While we're waiting, build me a temple and you preach. Come back, big bro. Okay. Good. All right, I am going to get a different leader here. I'm going to need this siege strength. Mr. Cool Shark will just have to, I don't know, hang around, be cool or something. All right, and then these guys, I'm getting a priest this turn. Let's grab another scout. Give me the sacreds. Start building more front line. All right, and then you guys, I want to go here. Whatever's going to get me there the fastest. I don't think that's actually going to move me too, but sure. All right, we have these two. Double air. Ooh, double air on both of them. We can cloud trapeze these. I like this pair. Now they shouldn't get another event or anything, but I can move these out and do something. I think I'm going to get out and do some site searching. I don't really want to move both of them though. They don't really have any distinct paths. So if I bring this guy and him, that gets me fire, air 2, water 2, earth, astral 2. That's most of my pathing. All right. Oops. You guys start site searching. You just patrol. What can we recruit? Weirdly enough, it's siege strength, so I'm going to recruit some shamblers. Anything that gives me siege strength. Those are better than the first, but they totally are. I'm not going to look to get them killed or anything though. I don't know how often the event pops. I assume it's probably yearly, if I had to guess. I want to, if we are going to try to dom kill these guys, I'm going to need my sacreds here, so. We didn't finish anything else, right? No. Next turn, we'll have Alt 3, and then we can switch to Iron Skin. And we can get off of Stone Skin. That'll give me Earth Meld, Moss Body. Yeah, good stuff. Disease Site in range of shadows. No. It's a haunted village. Totally safe. No warning labels on it. Nothing. Okay. Now these would have 5 poison resist. I could send them up, but I don't think I will. Let's preach here for a turn. That's 9 preaching levels doubled because of our temple. That's pretty ridiculous right there. Flippy, you go in first. Army appears to be commanded by Igil, the Master Enchanter, who radiates power. Okay, their god woke up is what that's telling me. Yeah, I think I want to do it that way. I gotta wait for this army to arrive, and then we'll do a handoff. Bring those with. Grab that sacred. Okay, you two. Yep, head that way. You can keep patrolling. I really wanted to get these. Okay, let's get you to go over here so I can keep an eye on that. You are going to start doing some temple spam. You guys are site searching. Okay, let's get some more research running. Some sacreds. All right, we're doing fine. I'm not like ecstatic with how we've done, but it's okay. What are we on? Turn 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, hold on, I missed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're 1 under 1 for 1. Normally I do better with a flippy. This cap circle just absolutely sucked. It just absolutely sucked. I have no other words for it. You can site search, I guess. We did find Whispering Waters, so better nothing. What are we gonna do with you? Why don't you go watch Atlantis? Actually, you know what? You can go sit on that throne. What do we got? Something that's gonna die to Flippy when he gets a second. That's what we got. And Merc-wise, the Bander Band. Oh, I wish I would have caught those last turn. We could get the Swimming Men. This looks very viable. 81, sure. That's a maybe. Maybe we could send our mages in with that, and then we could win. 10 by 30. I'm not usually getting 10 by 30. Like early age Satis, maybe. Maybe. That was probably the worst game we ever came back from. Shark Knight's the ace in sleeve. That's right. Got a hidden ace. Gotta wait for the right moment. Oh, I was gonna show off. Somebody asked about Morn. Yeah, this is one of those weirdities that the random map does. So this is ocean, this is ocean, this is ocean. So this is a coast. This is connected via land here, and this is a river that could freeze. So this is one of those rare ones that's not a good representation of what the map is actually doing. The dotted lines are what actually matter, not what you visually see. It's rare, but we get these every once in a while. Do it. All right, come on, Flippy. I want to believe. I want to believe, Flippy. All right, this will be his PD. It looks like he didn't have any patrollers here. Breathe deep, boys. Breathe deep. Little flippers of iron. They killed my bodyguard. Grumble, grumble. Are you poison resistant? You are. All right, there you go. I guess we could animate some trees. That works. Why not? Okay. Great. I don't think they have very much inside here. I really don't. That being said, I also don't believe that we're really going to be able to do much here. Let me get this up. He is not amphibious, so he can't help. So we're going to go try to do that. All right, we'll send one mage with him. This mage isn't going to have much to do on a siege anyways. Give him a little help. You guys, I think I really need this army to arrive like now. All right, we're just going to siege for the moment. I don't want to change out till the army arrives. I don't want to get pushed off of this. So they're getting at least one candle for their home province, one candle for their god, a temple check from their temple, and we're producing one candle from Flippy. So we're not going to win this. We're not going to win this without templing and other things. So, all right, you build temple. And that way, palisade. Okay, we have a sister here. Let's get a brother here. Get some more front line. There's those mercs I'd like. Brave men for 350. I'd buy that for $1. 350. I've got 570. If we win that, then these guys can come up here and we'll try to preach. And then that frees Flippy, and Flippy can run over and grab some more territory. Do it. Looks like the plate should be in order. Yeah, that was what I thought at first too. I was like, wait, is this an underwater island or something? With Flippy, the shrub checks you. You're in a lot of trouble if you're getting if that's happening to you. Flippy's gonna camp out on Atlantis and pop kill it. Maybe we'd be here most of the game, but we sure could. I mean, if nothing else, it's hurting them a lot. It hurts them a lot. Although they probably just killed the mercs I just hired via Flippy. Okay, so they did try to break out. That is excellent. We didn't win the mercs, so at least we didn't waste the money. All right, so we got their big boy casters here. 27 HP, but no poison resist. So if somebody was going to do this to you in multiplayer, I think your best bet would be try to get some lances and just kill Flippy on a lance charge. How are we doing? 7. We did take a good hit in there somewhere. We're down to 51. I don't love that. Yeah, see, we've got undead here that are not going to die. Did they just decay? They have stolen strength. You absolute jerks. Yeah, we're only healing for 7 because we're in enemy domain. That is not great. I do not love that. We're down to 52. How we feeling? 18, 14. It's a lot of water elementals. Water elementals that are poison resistant. 85 fatigue. Yeah, see, none of this is getting poison damage. 47. But it looks like they run out of HP before I do. If they had a little bit of oomph, if these two had poison resistant, I think they would have actually beaten me. I think we're okay. I'd really like this guy to die and not get away. You've got to be kidding me. You're at 1 HP. You're at 3. He's probably going to get off map. Dang it. Okay, they're all crumbling. 64. No affliction, although they did permanently steal 4 strength. Oh, he's got noodle arms now. Gonna just noodle slap him with tinfoil. All right, that was closer than I would have liked, but not unexpected. We killed all 3 of the Angakocks, so excellent. So they've lost all their research, probably. All right, they're done. Oh, well, there you go. Washing machine went insane. Washing machine, this is not a star. I don't even know what that does. Is that just a time waster? Yeah, so the royalty is all insane because they're inbred. So every once in a while, they just do whatever they're feeling. This is not a washing machine. This is dark blue sea. All right, hurry up, boys. They probably can't try another breakout. I'm going to go in. If nothing else, these will have 5 poison resistance. So, these. I want to get up there and start preaching. Okay, we did take this. Great. How are we looking? Actually looking okay. All right, go ahead and try to take that. I would like to build a fort here too. Give me a leader. Man, my borders suck. My borders really suck. All right, give me a leader. Give me crossbows. This is not a star. That is good. I mean, I guess. Call the milkman. Let's go for... we're probably safe here. Nobody else is going to be crossing this water. We're just going to temple spam our way towards them. I do like the idea of just wiping them out via dom kill. They didn't get out. And like I said, they have 2 temple checks. No, 2 guaranteed and a temple check, I believe. So we should be able to overpower that pretty handily, I would say. All right, but Flippy can't go yet. Next turn, Flippy can go. Archers don't care. They have a bit of money. I'm gonna start another fort. Yeah, nothing this turn. Yeah, once we have some more infrastructure up, we'll be able to spend that money a lot more efficiently. Soul Vortex would have done us in. Very likely could have. This is scary. Yeah, that was a little more sweat than I would prefer for Flippy. The problem is fighting an enemy dominion with their 2 candles means we have minus 20% HP. Yeah, so we're losing 11 here. We're getting some extra because we're enlarged. Oh yeah, somebody earlier mentioned we see if enlarged would stack. The thing is, what would we replace? He needs to cast it on his own. I'm not taking off regeneration. I'm not taking off mist form. Breath of Winter could go, but they're using cold damage, so there's no reason not to. Did we finish our research? We did. Let's update. We don't need stone skin. Instead, we'll change over to iron skin. Iron skin does not have the cold vulnerability. It has shock vulnerability. So we can change that order there. And in fact, I'm even going to do that. I would rather have flying shield. Very, very hard to kill. Breath of Winter will get dropped off when we get to Alt 4 and we can temper flesh. Once we get to that point, there's like no chance. There's like no chance they're going to kill Flippy unless they have poison immune troops. It's just, even players really struggle against these guys because you poison on turn 0. Like, you're instantly poisoned. You don't even have time to buff. So you have to put poison resistance items on people to try to live long enough to get poison resistance on other troops. Okay, she's done. She's done having her temper tantrum. You know what? Maybe she stays there and finishes pushing our Dominion. It can go up to 6, and we only have 3 candles. Let's leave her there. Okay, you move up. You two are gonna preach. Flippy is gonna go grab me some territory. Actually, we should grab the throne first because the throne will give me temple checks. We'll do that. Shark Knights. What weapons do Shark Knights run around with? What are you wielding? Coral Spear for... Okay, so it's not a lance. All right, Flippy don't care. He don't care. He's just gonna turn that shark upside down. Get spun, shark. All right, we will PD that heavy enough. I don't want to have to come back. Swimming Men did an excellent job. My only problem is I have nowhere else to take them. So I'm just gonna let them retire for now, and then we'll rehire them over here. Very rare that mercenaries get to retire. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Search. That's fine. Keep going. You're here to build a temple. You're here to build rock walls. I love that this costs more than us starting a land fort. I also love that underwater we just have a gentleman's agreement that nobody will swim over the walls. And nobody breaks the rules. Just everyone agrees we're going to pretend that we can't swim over these walls. Gentleman's agreement. All right, and you... Vettenheim's over here. Maybe we go chill. We'll go chill on that throne. And you go chill on that throne. All right, step 1 is done. Build me another fort. Let's have this pair. I know I'm not using these for combat at the moment, and they're a little pricey for what I'm doing, but we need to site search with somebody, and they can also build this infrastructure. So it's going to kind of dupe up on that. All right, give me more magic. I did get a leader here, right? Yes, you. That's... Wait, they got griffins. Is this going to be enough to do griffins? Maybe. I want you guys to hold and attack enemy flyers. Hold and attack enemy flyers. I think I'm going to wait for one more turn of recruitment because it's griffins. That makes me a little nervous. That's all my gold spent. Yeah, we're going to let those mercs go. And catch up on chat here. Flying shard? No, flying shield. Flying shard I absolutely hate. Flying shield I absolutely love. 50% chance for -20. Yep. And we don't have to use that. That's might be what I would replace for Tipper Flesh. It's just the best I have for the slot at the moment. Like I said, the main thing that Flippy's doing is not dying. If we don't die, we win. So he doesn't have to script anything offensive. I want him to be as hard to kill as possible. Also, just of note, in case anyone didn't catch that, look at my pathing. 4 air, 4 water, 4 earth, 3 nature. If I was to shapeshift here, we lose 1 and 1. We go down to 3 and 3. So just of note there, we could craft, say, air boosters. We just can't do it with a dwarven hammer. So just food for thought on that. You actually, it's some of the dragons do that too when they shapeshift. Their pathing changes. The Lenomer does it. I'm pretty sure, or not the Lenomer, the eldest Svardoff or whatever he is, Master Smith Svardoff that turns into a Lenomer. He does the same thing. His paths change when he shapeshifts. Yes, we'll let those go. But I guess against Atlantis, but I don't think it works on crossbows. Regen. I would never take regen off. Regen was just too powerful. I'm just catching up on chat here. Maybe the walls are up to the top of the waves. I mean, that could be, but that's not the visual that we see. Like, if we got attacked, we'll have crossbows on our walls. In my head cannon pin, underwater seas with castles are defended by a coral reef. Oh, yeah, okay. Again, though, that's just not visually what we're shown. Because we do have walls that can have range units on them. We were talking about, improve regen. Gotcha, yeah. You're talking about in the large, I assume. Okay, we found a magic site. Cool. I like magic sites. I think he's going to go back to sites. I really would like to search for Earth 2. I think that's probably better than him just sitting on a capital doing nothing. Okay, there's site searching there. Bringing that temple closer. Site search. Old Coast. Unless we have lots of crossbows and or lances, there's not really too much I need to worry about from normal provinces against Flippy at this point. He's pretty safe. And actually, we can do air shield, so even the crossbows at this point aren't really too bad. What are we sitting on? Yeah, look at this. 27 protection because of Iron Skin. So, yeah, 25, 26, 26 really is where I feel you're pretty safe, especially if you have regen. His HP, I guess, is a little low, but 26 protection and regen, you can expand into most things. If it wasn't late age, I'd say you can expand into most, like most. Maybe not a few thrones or things like that. Seems like they improved the Dom kill in 6. What about Dom kill? We're not, the only pop kill we're doing is because he's a Reaper. It's this. Reaper 5. I believe that's, I'm not sure what that corresponds to. That's not 5%. I'm not certain what that is, but like you saw, it was about 1,000 pop per turn in a capital city. Many people would like to search for Earth 2. I see your pun there. Yeah, and combining Mistform and the Protective Shield is also another just nice layers of defense. That's what it's all about. That's what makes invulnerability so dangerous, because if they have a magic weapon and they turn off your invulnerability, most of those chassis have like 9 protection or something horrifically low. Okay, let me just double check this. I'm not scared of Ichthids. I don't think I need to worry about the Shark Knights or the Triton troops. I'm pretty certain we can take this throne. Famous last words, but I believe in Flippy. Do you? Okay, we're here preaching. They're down to 1 candle. Now, we do have to kill all of his candles. So he might have candles like over here, possibly. So we need to just keep pushing that Dominion. But he doesn't have many. And what else? You're moving, searching. Didn't set up our recruit. Give me some more of those. Give me the sacreds. Okay. And I do think we're going to march out. I want to try to take this and then go help if I can. I really would like to take this. Let's see what magic we could bring to bear. Probably not much. Immolation. We're not doing arrow stuff. So you're kind of... There's going to be griffins here. So unless they can do something stellar, they're just a liability. I don't think so. Yeah, there is a griffin rider here. Free Flippy. Free Flippy now. Free Willy. Don't do as much scripting. Oh man, you should improve your scripting then, because I'm not the best at scripting either. I tend to get lazy, which is a bad thing to do. Nah, I'm almost certain we're fine here. If they had lances, I would really hem and haw about this, but they don't. At least I'm pretty certain they don't. All right, we found a site, some sparkling fields. Okay, we got some air income. Cool. All right, move on down. Okay, you're going to go into there. Sure. Okay, first level done here. Build that. All right, zip over there and build me a lab. Okay, well, that was a spoiler. Way to ruin it, Flippy. Way to ruin it. Okay, so also, this is technically not foul vapors, although I'm pretty sure 100% the same. This is technically the Telhine malediction. This is what killed off the Telhine Empire when they got cursed. So I'm 99% sure this is exactly the same as foul vapors, but it's autocast. But my point is, it works underwater. Yeah, so do we got some mages? We sure do. Do you got poison resist? You sure don't. Man, it's gonna suck. He also apparently has a rusty dagger. That's awkward. All right, you don't have lances, right? Yep, just coral spears. 14 damage is not gonna get through our 27 protection. And even if it does, we have 20 poison resist, so the coral won't do anything either. Oh, he even moss-bodied himself. There you go. Yeah, pop moss-body, guys. You definitely should do that and put some more poison out. Look how much disrespect Flippy has. He's like, just gonna keep casting. Breath of Winter's up now. Shark bites are scary. I mean, I'm not gonna go swimming with the sharks. 22 slashing damage. Yeah, it is, but still 27. That's not super likely to get hit. Plus we have the mist form. Plus we have the protective force. Let's even just see. Okay. I want to see hits against us. So Shark Knight hits us. Shark Knight hits us. The shark does hit us. 22 versus 9 protection. Or plus 9 versus 27 plus 6. So this is even a low roll. And this is a above average roll, and we still took 0 damage. Tolkien hits the Shark Knight in the body with bite. Wait a minute. Flippy, you have a bite? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He doesn't slap people normally. His spell is the slap. He actually bites back. That's how you assert dominance against sharks. You have to bite them back. And he bites almost as hard as the shark does. He's like a otter or something. I don't know. He's gonna mess you up. That's what he's gonna. He's gonna spam torpor. He's gonna put you to sleep while he poisons you. That's actually pretty nasty. Yeah, this is gonna go on for a freaking ever, isn't it? Because he's just gonna spam sleep the sharks. And the sharks are stupid, so they're just gonna wander around. All right, well, they should die to poison before we time out on combat. Yeah, there's 2 left. This is the kind of riveting fight commentary that you guys come here for. Slowly watching sharks die to jacuzzi farts. Slaps and bites. No wonder his followers are so screwed up. Otter bites are dangerous. Any reason in particular? I know, like, armadillos, their bites aren't dangerous, but the problem is people mess with armadillos and they tend to have leprosy because their body temperature is too low. So there you go. You learn something new. Leave the armadillos alone, guys. Stop eating them. Okay, literally, are you just gonna spam torpor forever? He has 5 HP, man. Just let him go. Turn 69. Nice. There is a timeout for combat. I don't think I've ever reached it in Dom 6. It's like turn 150 or 250 or something. Where I believe it's the attacker auto loses. I'm committed at this point. We're watching this shark die, just so we're all clear here. Okay, he is taking poison damage finally. 3 HP. 2, 1. Flippy! That was painful. That was really painful. Apparently he can spam Torpor forever, just so you know. All right, deadly disease, 80 people died. Finished a palisade. Started to destroy the fort in Atlantis, nice. All right, so you two are gonna siege. You two are gonna continue preaching. Build me a temple. What do we get? The Throne of Law. A tier 2. Only 1 Dom spread. And an order. We took Turmoil too. Not because it's good, but just because I had to pay for other things. So this is fine. That's a little extra money. We don't have luck. We don't have magic. So it's not like Turmoil was good there. And some PD conscription. That's fine. Yeah, I'll take that. This is going to give us 2 extra... no, excuse me. Only 1 Dom spread, but still. Extra Dom spread to try to get him finished off. To get that, though, we do have to claim it. Do that. Get somebody in here to build a fort. Man, we really need an army air breathing item. I want to be able to bring Shark Knights onto the surface. It's like in Final Fantasy XIV, where they explained why there's all the underwater creatures that can fly. Same thing. I won't spoil it, but same reason. It'll just work. Flippy wills it. They are blessed by Flippy. He'll use his jacuzzi bubbles to let them fly free. Okay, you are searching for the Earth. Moving down to search and infrastructure build. Attacking there. Okay, what do we have here? We don't have royalty. Let's get started on that. I probably would be better off just building the Dokos, but I don't know. These are unique and kind of cool, so I'm going to build a couple sets of them. See if we can get lucky and get somebody that's really powerful. So far, I'm not too impressed with the ones we've got. The double airs is probably the best. Okay, building. We're going to spend a lot on infrastructure next turn. Yeah, we're going to spend a lot on infrastructure next turn. You have to claim this. Well, I mean, we could send the Holy Three. Nah, we're already here. We're already here. Take that, shark. If you guys like cheesy B movies, I will suggest the classic Italian film Zombie 2, where a zombie fights a shark. There you go. That's my movie suggestion. It's a zombie movie. It's October. It's on brand. So check out Zombie 2, the Italian film. All right. Alteration done. Booyah. Okay, and that was a little bit of an oops. I should have had something already queued up. I do think Conjuration's fine. I'm kind of thinking here. So we would probably need to do a... Actually, no, we don't even need to empower. Are we getting any nature income yet? Unfortunately not. I wouldn't mind opening that up. I do like those. Hesperides are fire gems, and we do have fire income. Maybe we should grab some evocations, though. We don't really have anything for our Dudukos to do. Yeah, let's get a little here. Probably Geyser. When we did... oh, geez. I always forget their name. I don't know why. Early era, the Telkeen ghosts. When we did them, we were playing with the Flippy. Yeah, here it is. And Geyser actually is a really disgusting spell. It's actually a really disgusting spell if you have enough water to be able to spam it for freaking ever. Yeah, Area of Effect 3, and it's damage plus. So if you have, let's say, 5 water, you do 10 damage each with AoE 3. It's pretty gross, and it also increases in range. And it's armor piercing. which is a nice little bonus there. We don't really need rain. I'm just thinking where we want to go here. I do probably want to get some conjuration. If we had to do an underwater fight, I would go conjuration a lot harder, but we don't need to. Flippy can just take the ocean. There's not a lot left. I mean, getting at least water power would be good. And then from here, I guess 3 is probably a good stopping point. I think we're going to stop at 3. Or we could go to 2. We do have a fire 2 guy though. Yeah. Let's get, we'll go 2 here. We'll go 3 there. Then we'll go 3 here. And then we'll go, what's the Hesperide 5? It's all the way to 6. Dactyl, that's the little dwarf crafter dude. Those are actually kind of sweet if you could get one. Maybe we could get one. The Latin too. This would be very hard for us to do though. Yeah, let's head towards it. I'll probably, well, hold on. We haven't done construction though. No, let's get at least some construction and then we'll talk. Being able to kite Flippy out for a really hard throne is pretty handy. Grandpa Flippy, Prince of Dirt, the Armorer, Prince of Forgiving, and the Invincible, and the Ever Triumphant, has claimed the throne of law. See, if you let one out, he's like, I forgive you. He's a very forgiving guy. That's why he can stand all these incest mermaids. Oh, you kids. Battle in Plane of Memories. All right, this is the Griffin fight. Therados, thank you. I don't know why I always have a block on them when I'm trying to pull them up. Union says that scene is ridiculous. I hope you're referring to Zombie 2, my favorite Italian zombie film. Okay, so they instantly got. That wasn't too bad. And they summoned some imps. That's probably going to be fine. We actually have bronze daggers, but we're pretty good with them, so we're not too worried about imps. Has anyone created a good moose build yet? I have not particularly found a good moose build. Those are just... The problem is, if you're going to be a Dom 2 expander, you really need to have like 15 protection so you can take hard skin and then personal iron skin, and then you're off to the races. Like the Myrmicolian build I always show off, it's basically just hard skin, and then he uses fire shield for his damage. The moose also I don't think has fear, correct me if I'm wrong, so I don't know what the moose would do to kill or scare things. Like, how's he going to win a fight, basically? He can't do fire shield easily. He doesn't have fear. He doesn't have an aura. I don't think he has regen naturally. His protection's too low. The ethereal one, I believe, is the same problem. He's ethereal, which is great, but he has like no protection. And I'm pretty sure he has spirit form, so you can't even buff it. I guess you could give him Stygian flesh on your bless. That would give him 10 invulnerability, but that's not enough to live. Moose bites. Are you guys just gonna tell me that every animal bite can be really nasty? Is this the new cheese? I'll tell you what, sloth bites are not particularly nasty. There you go. He's a trampler? Yeah. He's a trampler that doesn't have regen or 26 protection, though. He's gonna get himself killed. All right. Are you guys gonna have anything else you can do, or are we just gonna slowly waddle towards you? How do you know sloth bites aren't bad? Trust me. That's my source. Okay, what a limp fight. That was a boring fight, I'm gonna be honest. I thought that was gonna be a good one. They had one griffin. All right, we're gonna over PD it, and I'm gonna be very sad that nobody here can build the fort, so I'm gonna recruit somebody to do it. And then these guys are gonna go join the siege. That worked out okay. All right, Flippy has his throne. He's heading to Jin Port. And we got this dude here who is going to build us rock walls. And you are going to build lab. And I'm going to be sad because now I'm too poor to build everything I want to build. So you will site search and you will build the temple. No, you won't. You will also site search because I would prefer to start building the castle. Yeah, we're probably already safe. Now that we have these up, even if somebody else declares war on me, I'm probably okay. The other nice thing about Flippy, especially in multiplayer too, I would say, if they're not ready for you, you can kill any death stack. Like, there's no way he has enough poison protection to save that. So even if he tries to rush my capital, I just go to my own capital and kill them all. So we're pretty safe with a Flippy. Trust in Flippy. Little seal otter noises. Okay, what are you doing? You're the Earth Searcher. You guys are both site searching. You built a temple. Yeah, sure. We'll run over there and build another one. Actually, we'll just jump into the sea and build one. How are you doing that? I guess he just has enough move to go to here and then there. That's probably what he's doing. Let me get my numbers on. Yeah, it's only 6. And he has 18, yeah. Oh, right, because he's enlarged. You get extra map move out of being a big boy. +2 map move for enlarged. So he's going here and then into the water. That explains it. Seal bites are bad. And railroad sloths. Yeah, but those are space age genetically modified sloths. Genetically modified giant sloths. Okay, research and evocation is complete. Okay. We did some site searching. All right, now build a temple and you build a lab. And you head over there. Oh, he went crazy. Helios went crazy. He's seeing signs. I believe that says in the stars. I think that's what that one is. Okay, so it's not a sun, but we're seeing signs in the stars. Move on without him because you could build the lab. He can catch up next turn. Did he do his site search? He did. Okay. Right. You guys are heading to the siege. How are we doing on that? Moderately damaged. Okay. Actually, you know what? This is safe enough. I'm just going to let the PD naturally build here. All right. Flippy versus Tridents. That still makes me a little nervous. I have a lot of Trident trauma. All right. And you came here to build a temple to Flippy. They have a little bubble blowing rock like you have in the aquariums. It's the holy sign of Flippy. You also, every time you cut one, you can yell praise Flippy and everyone has to just accept it. All right, you can just do some research. Yeah, it's fine. All right, now, Dudunkles, we will put you on repeat. Give me some heavies. Oh yeah, look at that. The resources here are not terrible. On repeat. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. I probably should have started recruiting here a while ago. Okay, your resources aren't nearly as good. Let's have you do crossbows. And grab a leader. Okay, looking pretty good. We probably should turn these off too. These are not great on land. Yeah, not great on land, and it doesn't look like anyone else is going to be in the water, so. Yeah, everyone made fun of Flippy's expansion. Who's laughing now? Anyone else even have a throne? Nobody even else has a throne. In fact, let's actually do a throne count. That's a tier 3 most likely. We have 2, 5. Tier 2 or maybe 3. So let's say 2. That gives us 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We do have to get into the cave to do that. So and I guess we could just take this throne to do it. If we went this way, this is very doable. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to do that. Now, Flippy, unlike his mermaid friends, actually remembers how to do sailing. So Flippy can actually have really high coastal mobility. Like we could just pop on over to here. I mean, that's only 2 moves. That's only 2 moves. He could get there in 1 move. Yeah, sailing is ridiculous. Be very careful when there are sailors in your game. Never trust a sailor. They're all salty. Those moose bite you? Not as bad as cow bites, though. Regen Ghost Moose Cav. God, it would be so expensive to get ethereal, and not really worth it for the nation, but an ethereal regen bless on those moose would be ridiculous. Flippy seems pretty strong. Is there anything he should be wary of? What would have killed Flippy is if those Aincoks had some poison resistance. He would have died because he'd never be able to kill all the skeletons. Those long dead skeletons would just pile up, and he would end up losing on a timeout. So, yeah. Things that are immune to poison, things that can't morale route and are immune to poison are Flippy's bane. Vinemen would be bad. Lemuria, they're all ghosts. They're all going to be immune to his poison. Lances could do it. Like, I'm in beginner gear, so once we gear up some more, it would be harder and harder for them to do that. But yeah, those would be the spookiest things to me. But he's also pretty counterable. If you get Serpent's Blessing, you just make your army immune to all of his damage, and now he's just a caster. So I do like this chassis, though. It's very strong, especially against the AI. Very, very strong. Sailing as a swimming faction is kind of funny. I mean, seals like to hop up on boats and sun themselves. Flippy don't care. Flippy does what he wants. That's right. Slow sailor choke clap. Imagine telling the mermaid to get on the boat. I mean, how do you think he picks up chicks? He impresses them with his boat. I mean, he's not even their brother, so he has to do something to impress them. All right, evocation is done. Conjuration is done. So we're going to go Conj 3, Evo 3, and then Construction 5. I think we're going to try for a little extra Conjuration. I don't know if we're actually going to even need it, frankly. Okay, we searched for magic sites, did not find. All right, you two. I will have you guys continue that direction for site searching, and I will have you continue that way. Give me more mages. Actually, if we are going to have to do that Shade Throne, I actually do like the idea of getting some extra priests. Yeah, let's get a few priests. Okay, here, grab those. All right, you can have 5 bodyguards, Ub. Ub is in charge of this area. Keep it safe. All right, Utu. Man, I wish we had taken this with Flippy. It sucks having to walk around that every turn. All right, Flippy. What do we got? A bunch of human mages. Are you human mages that are immune to poison for some reason? Nope. No, you're not. Well, good luck with that. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I really enjoy Foul Vapors, so I'm going to watch like every fight. So, there you go. It's going to happen. You guys going to make it to melee? Oh, nope, they got cold blasted. Didn't make it. Oh, they sent in some undead. See, this is the way. Horde a skeleton caster that has some poison resistance. That would do it. Unfortunately for them, all their old man mages are going to die. So, almost. Almost. I love that he summoned a bunch of birds, and then he summoned some trees. Mobile roosts. Sherlock with the Lonely Island reference. There you go. That's a blast from the past. Temp Earth Gem item and the Sport Toy would be good. Yes, it would. The magic weapons on those would be able to break his mist form really effectively. King of the world on a boat like Flippy. All right. Yep. What do we get? Throne of Might. I mean, it's fine. It's a 1-pointer. Blessed troops get +2 strength. That actually is really good for our sacreds. Our sacreds kind of struggle a little bit with damage. I'm going to go pretty heavy on PD here. All right, we'll take it. All right, that's 3 points for Flippy. Hey, what do we see? You know what? Don't even bother with that. I want you to go tell me what that is. I think Flippy might go take that too. He's just unstoppable. He's just unstoppable. Walls are moderately damaged. They have 1 candle left here. Come on, buddy. We're so close to getting rid of them. All right, start the palisade. Search here. Amazons. Yeah. Unfortunately, Amazons are really good in early era where their equipment is like basically heavy infantry for the era or good enough, but 12 piercing damage is not going to cut it in the late age. Not going to happen. What will happen is this light lance Griffin Rider. That one's a lot more interesting. Just like with the cave Drake Knights, Griffins are summonable creatures that are not terrible, actually, and we can just recruit them for gold. So that's what makes those so ridiculous. Also, the mages, 50% chance for blood, and fire 1, blood 1. Not terrible. Why are there a bunch of... What happened here? Oh, you retreated from that fight. Shoot. And then you guys got left behind. Okay, well, that happened. I'm going to need a leader anyway, so I guess we'll just grab one. Okay, give me some sacreds. He can pick those up on the way. All right, let's actually set these up for a repeat. I'm kind of tired of having to queue those up over and over. We keep getting the same thing. Okay, next level's done. Castle it. The Griffins are dumb, though. You take that back. They're just fine. Don't bully my Griffins. Okay, he's going to check that. Flippy is on a little bit of a rampage here. A messenger arrived from TNG. Well, all right. I guess Flippy's going to have to show that off. Found 2 magic sites. Garden of Frozen Flowers and an abandoned laboratory. Well, isn't that great? The same turn that we already had built a laboratory. And he went insane again. All right. Just wait here for a second. I'm going to PD this a little harder. I don't want to lose that. All right. Flippy's probably going to need to come take care of that. We don't know what this is. Do I blind a throne? I really would like to get this while we're here. If I don't do this now, we could aquatic assault it. I believe in Flippy. I believe in Flippy. What would kill me? They'd have to surround me. If we take off Breath of Winter and we add personal flight, if he does start losing and he tries to run away. Oh my gosh, where are you? Personal flight. Then he'll be able to fly off the field to safety. No, he won't, because we have no neighboring territory. I want that. I want that real bad. All right. All right. I'm going to give in to peer pressure. I hope you guys are happy. We'll take the safe grab, and then we'll sail over here next turn. I hope you guys are happy. Just going to take the coward's route. I want to be able to afford this and get started. All right, and you can't, but you could preach. Oh, they're in a lot of trouble. They're in a lot of trouble because we just got a candle in their cap. All right, and sis, washing machine, head on over. Oh, of course not. What am I doing? I'm already broke. How can I afford to build that? Search. Iron port. Can actually use a little bit of preaching. Wait, because we're poor. I mean, you started it. Hold and fire closest. You know what? I'm gonna go burn that temple down. Peaceful babble, just killing the existential threat that is Atlantis when he is attacked, backstabbed, if you will, out of nowhere by TNG. You know, you should have known you can't trust him. All right, go pick up those crossbows. Keep searching for Earth. What are we saying? Man, I feel like I've done a lot of searching and we really don't have a lot of gem income to show for it. Water's kind of, yeah. Could be good if we need bishop fish, but we just don't. Cowards survive, bravery is for the dead. What, you want to live forever? Flippy! All right, let's see what it was. Conch 3 done. Amber Fields. Okay. Flippy just wiping out some Amber Fields. All right. I don't think they have any chance whatsoever. You guys even gonna get to me? No, you totally did. You totally did. Well, bye then. Hey guys, come back later. Midge Ferns. What? What? Spine Devils? Spine Devils? In my territory? Alright, I gotta be careful because I gotta watch their 1,000-man army here. I guess we'll go take out the Spine Devils. Alright, and you guys... Excuse me? Why can I not cross this? Somehow this pass is closed. This must have had cold in it last turn. Alright, let's just chill here for a turn. We should be able to cross that next turn. Swamp of Forgetting. Yep, I didn't forget. Okay, this is an interest to one of the thrones. Okay. Oh, look at that. It was nothing. You guys had me all psyched out over nothing. Flippy can take that. No problems. I wonder if there's a way I could stomp my way into TNG from this side. That would actually be really helpful if I could. All right, you two. Double air, double water. Yeah, you're done there. Keep going. Ooh, and I just noticed something. I do not want those. Oops. We have a random water guy. Oh, you're a scout. What are you doing here? Go there. All right. Weirdly enough, get me a Shambler chieftain. Okay, you could preach up higher. All right. You finally decided to stop being crazy for a turn. No, site search. Actually, no. Build me the temple. I'm kind of all in on this spot. Your fangs are showing. Undead bites are very bad. Are events enabled? Events are enabled, but not story events. I used to, in like early age when I first started streaming, I used to play it all the time. And literally all that meant is that we were going to have a cult, like a plague cult or a demon cult every single game. It was super annoying. So I don't play with the story events on anymore. Okay, Midge fins, that's really annoying. Unexpected event. Demons have manifested. Got a warp storm over there or something. Okay, this is probably a tier 1 throne, so that's going to put us at 4 points. I'm just leery that everyone's going to declare war on me. It'll just be annoying. Corn? Yeah, probably. They're spine devils. That would make sense. All right, that was Evo 3 done. Okay, they attacked here. Okay, so I can't get through here. That's not surprising, but disappointing nonetheless. All right, I still want to see what happened. Okay, this is us trying to clear out the demons with some pretty mid troops, so hopefully we'll be okay. We have crossbows. Let's pull a guy up here. So spine devils, they're fine. They're fine. You don't see people talk about these too much, but I mean, they do have magic attacks. I mean, that's fine. They're length 0 though, so that hurts a little bit. They do have poison barbs, so people with short swords or daggers could be something here. They kind of need some more protection for that though. They're fine. They're fine. I think this does poison. Yeah, weak poison. It's okay. I think if I was gonna get them, it's because I need magic weapons. In Dom 5, Amazon week event got triggered against you twice in multiplayer with Lux. Well, that's like you get the heavy knights. Like you'll be like luck 3 and somehow you get attacked by the heavy knights. I think they're an order event. Super annoying. Okay, this is the battle I actually cared about. Flippy, what do we have? Literally nothing here that's gonna possibly hurt me. All right, I still love Foul Vapors. I'm still gonna watch it, but there's no way we lose this. I'm not even running Air Shield, which I probably should. All we need to do is take like a crit bolt to the head, and I'm gonna be really sad. It's just slapping some fools. Well, biting some fools. Nice job, Flippy. Unexpected event in Atlantis, minus some income. A false prophet. Yeah, I'm gonna up some PD there. I want them to catch that. Okay, we're recruiting. I'm not gonna wait around. What was this? The Throne of Spring. It was a tier 1. Okay, growth 1. And an air gem. I'm down. Mages of Spring are also decent. Very decent. Sure. Give me the throne. Okay, that's 4 points. Yeah, I really would like to stop here on the way to that. Extra throne there, and maybe there. Maybe we can reach that. Man, I knew this was going to happen with Atlantis. I knew this was going to happen, that we were going to struggle to be able to finish him off. I do think this might be his last candle. I don't think he's going to have one here. If that is his last candle, he's getting 2 temple checks probably, and we're doing 9 here. So we should get lucky at some point and snuff that out. All right, some extra siege strength. Even if we do dom kill him, we still have to siege our way in, annoyingly enough. So that'll still help. All right, I think, well, that's a lot of shades. I was going to say that's enough priests, but maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, how'd we do? We did fine. I mean, we could try to take this. Sure. All right, you built the temple. Now do their site search. All right, give me an Amazon. And then I'm broke. Okay, no, never mind with that. Okay, we're broke. I need a leader here. Yeah, it's all coming together. This is a lot of this is all on Flippy's back. Flippy's really doing most of the heavy lifting here. 3 holy 3s will shred you. Just need enough troops to hold the line. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't love. We have the Earth Word of Power, which I don't love. It petrifies if they fail a save. It's definitely one of the worst ones, I would say. There's a lot better. Research in construction is completed. Ace says, I find luck increase of events isn't fully offset by the higher chance for good events. You do have to remember there's also a table of events that are unlocked by what scales you have. So there are some events that you can't get if you don't have positive scales. And the rewards from good events and the penalties for bad events scale on your luck. So if you got an event that, I'm just going to make up numbers here. At luck 0 gave you 100 gold. At luck 3, it might give you like 300 gold. Or more gems, or if you get the really good events, like you get the mages or something. Cloud trapeze, we need to research it. I don't hate that idea, actually, though, because we might need to do some cloud trapezing for the win. We could pop it in right here. I always forget the number. Cloud trapeze 4. There we go. Yeah, good idea, because we do have lots of people who can make use of that. Okay, something bounced off me here. We got 1 month remaining. Excellent. You're building the citadel. Build a citadel. How are we doing? Walls are severely damaged. Oh. Uh-oh. Egil, god of Atlantis, has been permanently vanquished. At the end, his dominion did not touch a single province, and his life force died with his dominion. Nobody even believed in him anymore. All right, but we are still going to have to siege our way in. They're severely damaged. We're getting there. Is what it is. All right, keep going. You start building the fortress. You start building the fortress. Go ahead and preach. Go ahead and preach. That's a lot of shades. A lot of shades. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do that shade fight anytime soon. Okay, you guys, what are we doing? Okay, we still need some more site searching. I'm very disappointed in the amount of gems we ended up finding. I've site searched pretty good, I would say. All right. And let's just see if we can get this finished. They declared war on me, but they haven't really done anything. So, you know. Did they attack me in Swamp of Forgetting? with 4 dudes. Good luck with that. Religious misconceptions. None of that now. None of that now. We don't do that around these parts. Okay, Flippy claimed his throne. Yep. We are at 4 points. I want to start building a fort, but I'm poor. All right, Flippy, I would really like to take this. Okay. Yeah, look at that. See, in my mind, I was going to have to go this way, but we actually could sail to the old coast and then just hop into Whirling Sea. I hope this has to be at least a tier 2. It could be a tier 3. Let's see. Mind Lords. Could be Inner. Could be Misfortune. Could be Crystal. Could be Creation. Could be Power. Yeah. Could be almost any of them. Probably not Air, if I had to guess. I am recruiting something in my cap, right? I am sure not. But I'm also broke. I would rather have troops than nothing. All right, keep going. Any chance we set up Firestorm? I mean, we could communion up into a Firestorm. We have Fire guys who also have Astral. Firestorm is what, Fire 5? Probably not. I mean, we'd have to get to Fire 4 at the minimum, and we would probably need some protection gear. I mean, it's not undoable. So what? 2 guys would take me to 3. 4 guys would take me to 4. So, I mean, it's possible. Let's finish enchant before we think about that. That would be doable. Did the Veti just attack me? Nope. No Veti here. We can double check here. Yep. No Veti. Maybe I caught a scout or something and just didn't see it or say it. Okay, religious. People are dying from the farts. Completed. Excellent. We have a citadel now. Excellent. All right, random scout for the first time since I recruited you. Why don't you go do some scouting? All right, and here. Okay, forest trolls, militia, heavy. Okay, this is probably a tier 2. That's a very doable tier 2. Flippy may not be the best choice, although he could probably do it now. We'll have to look at gear again when we get construction 5. All right, I am going to go in here. They are finally moving troops out. So Flippy... I don't think I'm going to have Flippy claim this. I think I'm going to have one of the... Maybe I'll have the Prophet come over. Yeah, maybe we'll get Moors in here, and he can do the claim. Oh, hey, you're famous. Heroic Toughness. One of the better ones. One of the better ones. Good job, Moors. Okay, Flippy heading on in to Whirling Sea. Still can preach higher. That's fine. We are already preached up here. Can I get across? I don't want to tempt him into declaring on me. I mean, Flippy can only be in one place a turn, so I don't want too many wars. Plains of Madness got attacked by what? 18 guys. All right, well, good luck with that. All right, you can patrol. Is there anything I would craft? Okay, Dragon Helmet. Not the worst. It's better than what Flippy currently has. Give him some fire resistance. Gives him more dark vision. The morale's not terrible. 16. I think our body armor is 18, if I remember right. Some stats is kind of whatever. Familiars. Okay, I want to look at blood items. Is it worth me doing any blood work? Shielded or cursed. This is a very funny item against real people. Players absolutely hate having things cursed or marked. They will go above and beyond to avoid it, generally speaking, even if it doesn't really matter. So something like this just spooks people. Magi souls. I don't think Flippy with his armor of souls. I don't think that's happening. Listing, no. Boots of youth. Those would actually be all right. Although Flippy could do earth boots, which frankly would probably be better. Okay, I don't think there's anything in here I really care about. I mean, I guess we could give Flippy some arms. If Flippy had arms, he could wield some like length 3, like a shield and a length 3, so he could get some repels. We're not going to climb to blood 4, though. That's just not happening. Sorry, Flippy. We can't graft arms onto you. That is a cool item, though. There's also a bronze arm. I don't remember what builds that. It's probably like fire and earth. I think it only gives you 1 arm, though. All right, start site searching. Okay, good job building that. Let's immediately start the fortress. You're patrolling. Let's immediately... All right, well, we can only get 2 at the moment, but start in on those. Okay, Flippy going into Whirling Sea. We might be making a new time record. There's a chance that we're just going to be able to just kind of grab thrones as we beat up TNG. Okay, Water Spring Grove. This is us on the offensive. It's kind of funny that the poor Ichthid is actually one of the, like, I'm going to call them tribal races that actually kind of makes it all the way through. I mean, it's the 13 Pierce, but you know what? We have troops that have 13 Pierce. You know, he's still doing some work, you know? Look at that little smile, a little smug smile he's got. He knows what he's doing. Actually being vaguely relevant in the late age. Flippers of steel, arms for appeal. That's how he can wear his Rolexes. They keep slipping off the flippers. All right, Whirling Sea. All right. This could be dangerous. There's a chance Mind Lords could just like chain paralyze me. So there's a chance. There's a chance. I'm not super worried, obviously. I would like to see them afflicted with poison. Yeah, they're not resistant. They do have a lot of HP though, so the sooner the better. All right, one random Leo campus, who we found out are actually kind of crazy. I don't remember which water nation. Was it Pelagia maybe we were doing these on? These are actually kind of good, weirdly enough. That's just a lot of attacks for underwater creatures. We tempered our armor. We're up to 28 protection, 29 on the head. What are you going to do, Flippy? Quickness. I need some things to get in range. Strength of Giants. Right, because you have permanent stolen strength 4. That makes me very sad. Ice shield, okay, because we're underwater. Temper. Oh, I didn't turn on temper flesh. Ooh, that's bad babble. I really should have that. All right, so they do all make it here. Weirdly enough. I feel like these guys have extra HP for some reason. All right, well, we're fine. None of them are going to really be able to hit Flippy particularly. Yeah, we got resist all, basically. We've got our regen. I guess it's good that we got that throne with extra 2 strength. That negated 2 of our stolen strength. Yeah, they're hitting him with mind. What is your magic resist? 19. Unlikely they're gonna hit him. Just blasting fools with lightning waves. That poison's really starting to tick. Now these guys do have Yeah, magic attacks and soul leech. Aren't you? Yeah, you're a life drain attack, not a soul attack. Okay. Did you make it all the way here just to turn around and retreat? Wow. It's like a Skaven. Charge, charge, charge! Yes, keep fighting! As he runs away. All right. Good job, Flippy. Good job. We're eating well tonight. Regen's at 30%? No, I think we're just running a 10. Yeah. It's just personal regen. 10%. If we had some natural regen, it would stack, but we just don't. Flippy doesn't, or excuse me. Yeah, Flippy doesn't start with any regen. All right, well, many a fish died. Many a fish. Did we get all the mine lords escaped? The slippery little things that they are. All right, what was it? Throne of Misfortune, because of course it is. Of course it is. That's fine. I can eat one misfortune. It is a tier 2, so we didn't luck out at being like a weird tier 3. All right, I am going to have Moors come over and claim it, just so that Flippy doesn't have to stay here. Flippy's got things to do. Mainly these armies that are stomping around. I see you. Okay. In all honesty, I legitimately think we might just win before I would even finish that war. We're going to have to probably fight it, but I think rather than rush over there, we're going to continue to grab all these easy thrones quick. Because this is going to take me to 6, 7, 8, 9. If one of those is a tier 2, we win. We also have this, which is probably a tier 2. That is a tier 3, almost certainly. We got plenty of points. Plenty of points. This would have been a really good game for Atlantis, too. This is a really good start spot for them. Get into both oceans, just lickety split, and then have just an easy spot land defend. Samuel, electric eels. I think our electricity is just fine. I believe saltwater also conducts electricity better. Fact check me, somebody. Okay, we did do the search. Let's do the infrastructure while we're here. Ooh, deathmatch. Unfortunately, I don't think I have anybody to send. Yeah, I don't think I want to send anyone to die. That's why you have to get out of the lake when there's lightning. Okay. Yeah, I legitimately think we're just gonna throne rush here. On the off chance that we're not. No more of you. Let's switch over to Didactos. Actually, no. Before we do that, give me a leader. You build temple. I want to be a little careful. I don't want this army just to die. I guess we could just jump into the water, though. Yeah, we're the water raiders now. I will go take this. I was gonna say I don't want to get cornered, but I can just hop into the ocean. I hope you can swim. Okay, there's that stupid cult event. Let's up that PD some more. How did you guys get separated? You two are actually killing me. Like, knock it off. Like a comedy duo over there. I do think I'm going to pop these guys out and build some more temples, because I might have Flippy come over here and stomp around. The more places that have my dominion, the safer it is. I'm not like super worried, but there's no sense in not being a little cautious. Yeah, unfortunately, you don't have enough resources to really griffin out here. The conductivity of seawater is high. Okay, I'm not crazy. No, you can never send gods to the arenas. You have to go to a different plane for them. I don't think they're allowed to planeswalk. Oh no, you can do that through the astral plane, so I guess they could. Okay, Atlantis has been breached. Chad has gone crazy. Everything's falling apart, builders. It's falling apart. All right, I don't think there should be anything in here, but just in case. I guess technically Chad will be sieging this. It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. All right, let's double check though. Yeah, you need to do divine blessing. All right, I'm less worried about the lightning than I was before. And actually, air shield before you get an arrow to the face. Courage, and then you're going to advance and cast because this is a castle fight. All right, do it. All right, what did we have in the arena? A Gaija? I'm just curious if we could have actually won this. The Gaija probably would have beaten one of our just random dudes. Yeah, we probably wouldn't beat that. She just has the raw stats on us. She has the... Did she... Hold on. Now I'm curious. Did she end up shrinking anybody with her slap? Now I'm actually curious. I want to see if somebody gets shrank by her. I've never seen that actually go off. Okay, she just kills him. She just kills... She just literally keeps bonking people with her granny cane. We might actually be able to win this. She's not... Oh, this is probably a no magic fight. Let's see her shrink somebody. Killing me game. Ah. Okay. Is what it is. More religious falsehoods. We did catch one of them. Yeah, we caught the group that was trying to... yeah. If you don't take care of these events, they spawn groups that stealth and set up more cults. And they preach away your candles. So you definitely want to make sure you're getting rid of those. Okay, you know what? Maybe I am okay losing this army. I want to go here. I'm taking away like all of his income. All right, Flippy's going to grab a throne. I should make Flippy a pair of flying boots. We have no air 2s at home. Hey, we got our hero. Suddenly, Geryon, the triple-headed, appeared at the gates of your citadel and wants to fight for your cause. Geryon is a three-headed Gigante descendant from the Phaeacian Gigantes of Black Gorkia. Long ago, he settled on the land of the setting sun and was tasked with guarding a herd of red cattle of the underworld. He was given Orthrus, the Hound of Twilight, to guard its herd. When the mermen of Erytheia arrived in his lands, he allowed them to remain as long as they did not disturb the red cattle. Geryon has befriended a Cyclops herdsman now herds his wondrous cattle. Oh, there you go. He's pretty cool. I don't really have much else to say. 15. No. Man, if we had him earlier, he could have totally won that arena. He could have totally won that arena. All right, I am gonna danger close build a temple here. Come fight me, bro. Okay, you guys are attacking. No, we did attack. We have taken control of Atlantis. Our forces met no resistance. Annoying, but fine. All right, what did we pick up? 3 water and a death. Literally the things I don't need. Perfect. All right. Moors. Claim the throne. everyone over here. I kind of want to take this, but I really don't need it, and it's just going to slow me down. I think it's better if we just get over here and we just look to take him out. I mean, we already have taken like half his territory. And there's more, yeah. This game's in the bag. Flippy's got this. There's so many thrones I can grab. We're not even gonna have to take the shade throne. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Did you actually kill one of my princes? No, he retreated over here. Okay, the comedy duo is actually driving me insane with not getting their work done. I really wish they would just get the job done like they're supposed to. All right, build the castle. Build the castle. We are raking in 4.6k, but we're spending it every turn. All right, mini crossbows. Holding fire closest. All right, bring those forward. I need another leader. Okay, breach. Build me temple. We have finished the citadel. You can finally actually be a scout. Go underground. Let's see what's in there. Attack effect should still trigger even in no magic fights, so long as it's inherent. I don't know what that was in response to, but yes, you're correct. Astral Pearl's growing with the water. Oh yeah, I'm totally going to be done before that. So we have different mages down here for anyone who didn't watch the pregame. We have Pearl mages who have Pearl Cultivator. So yeah, that is a fair point actually, Samuel. We'll be done before it's relevant, but we totally could turn all those that 8 water income. You know what? For giggles, broke. I will grab a couple of these guys. We'll just do some pearl farming. You get 50% more. Well, you get basically double than you would get by doing alchemy. So one of the premier wish nations. Not as good as earlier ages, but still. Okay, I was going to try to power through without taking a tea break, but I'm out of tea and I'm starting to feel my throat die on me. So I'm going to take my 5 here, and we should bring it back. And what are we at? Not quite 3 hours. Yeah, we'll probably finish within about an hour or so. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to take the break, though. I'm going to lose my voice if I don't. So let me go ahead and throw up the 5. If you're not blocking ads, I really appreciate the pennies. Every little bit helps. Support the channel. Allows me to take chances on different games, save for the upgrade fund that will at some point need to happen, and other upgrades that we could use on the channel. So thank you to everyone who supports the channel. Okay, I'm going to throw up the BRB, and I will BRB. Get up, get yourself a drink, get yourself a stretch while we're taking our break here. All right, back with more flippy tea. Let that brew up here for a second. Okay, let's see where we're at. We attacked another throne and we attacked another province from TNG. Let's see, was this just PD? I'm not really expecting much here. Just PD. All right, and the throne. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a good example of the Telkine God Kings. It's a good chassis. It's a good chassis. It really, even in multiplayer, I feel like this would be pretty decent because it forces people to do something to counter you. They can't try to just like overpower it. You have to do something to counter the poison. He's doing a lot of the work for us in this game for sure. But on the other hand, that meant that, you know, I could leave my army to siege. Ooh, knights, gross. They also can go fight TNG while he continues to grab thrones, or if the situation was different, he could go fight TNG and my armies could go take the thrones. So, and the fact that we have 3 holy 3s, these guys actually did a pretty good job. Those lance hits took me down to 60. Breath of Winter up, and now he's doing shockwaves. I actually don't like the amount of times he's been hit this fight. Yeah, we actually got a never healing wound. Ouch. 20% HP reduction. That's affecting our regen. Also, I was thinking, Shinosuke, you were probably thinking 30% because we're enlarged. That's where you got the 30% from. So plus 30% HP, but then minus 30% or minus 20% HP, but then minus a little more because we're outside of our dominion. We got all kinds of modifiers going on here. That was an interesting thought. I hadn't considered the HP via the regen aspect. I knew it made him bigger. That also is relevant so that he's less likely to get trampled. Like, if we have an Earth Mother, she could still try to trample him. He does like him big. But a size 8 is getting pretty up there. There's only a few. There's like the elephant thing. There's the Mother. What are some other 9-10 tramplers? I know there's a couple more. But just another thing that he's safe from. Also, it increases his map move, which is kind of relevant since he has to zip around grabbing thrones and whatnot all the time. Those knights actually did a pretty good job. They got him a lot lower than most people have. Got him in affliction. All right, well, it's a small price to pay for godhood, says Flippy. Okay, we got our Throne of Misfortune. That takes us to 6. Moors, run over here. 2 turns. Okay, what did we get? Throne of Pride, tier 1. That's going to be 7. Yeah, look at this. This would be really dangerous because there's so many long dead. It depends on what the leadership is. I'm going to attack this and see what it is. I'm going to slow roll Flippy down the coast. We may try to take this while we're here. Either way, then that gets me to here, and then I'm into TNG, and we can hop into the cave for the win. Ooh, did he have Eternal Knights? No, those are pirates. Okay. Oof. I'm traumatized by that one game where I never knew that there were mercenaries that were age dependent. Those Eternal Knights are absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Trauma is real. All right, you guys move up. We're going to reach forward, as it were. You come over here. And you go there. Yeah, I might try to dom kill TNG too. Our Dominion's actually doing pretty good this game. All right, another set of almost 100 crossbows. Head that way. You guys patrol here. Actually, no. You guys go there. You guys come up here. Yeah, I don't think I want to move on the forts with either of these sets, but we can patrol. I don't think he can really do anything to me. I think he's already toast. Okay, you guys were heading towards TNG. Yeah, so head that way. You built a temple. Yeah, let's temple spam some more. We're actually doing pretty good on that. All right, you made yourself a bracer. I love, okay, he's got 3 heads. I love that we actually have 3 slots. I very much love that. It's one of my favorite things about Dominions. Like, Flippy lost his arms because he transformed into flippers. This guy's got 3 heads, so he has 3 heads. And they're actual heads, too. I can put real helmets on, not just laurels and crowns. So there you go, you know, we got that to look forward to. Fire jar could be a thing. He already has a gleaming shield. He already has a gleaming spear. Trample wouldn't be helpful. Extra strength could be okay. All honesty, I think he's just fine. I guess we could give him a pendant of courage. Yeah. Man, it's too bad we got this guy right after the arena. That makes me sad. All right, so summon earth power. Temper armor. Probably not in this order, actually, now that I think about it. Personal iron skin. Temper flesh. What else? I guess strength of giants? All right, but we want to do temper flesh and iron skin before we do that. Probably iron skin first. All right, got ourselves a little bit of a army thug here and then attack closest. We'll just send him forward just to make sure. Okay, built up. Continue building up to a castle. Yeah, I think Flippy's got this. The fact that our main army is closing in on the enemy capital, and we have respectable troop numbers over here. Actually, can you lead troops? That would be really helpful, actually. Ooh. Ooh. That would be really helpful. Yes, please. The main thing is when he's dead, you have to invest to recover him. Are there any immortal chassis like this? No. I'm back in chat there, but no, not to my knowledge. You can build people to cast foul vapors who are immortal, but to my knowledge, the Telking God Kings are the only ones who auto-cast foul vapors. Hopefully that's the case. Dominion's doing good. Who are you? And what did you do to Babel? It's all the power of Flippy. Nothing to do with me. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this is going to take us. This might be a new record, in all honesty. Or at least in the top couple. Proclamation from Vettenheim. Made a profit. I think they lost their profit in the arena fight. That usually is the case. Okay, mini battles go off. Oh, we had a bounce. Was that his main army? If it's not his main, it's one of his big ones. But they're a little cold stuff. Wolf Riders. All right, well, we got the most important things off. I love that Flippy stops to like bite a couple things, but then he kind of gets bored and he starts casting spells. Okay, got the flying shield up, maybe just in the nick of time. These guys are actually kind of dangerous. 29 axe, yeah, this is actually not kind of dangerous. This is dangerous. The archers, not so much. The moose, not so much. The axes, very much. 29 damage. Okay, nobody hitting. Did we get temper off? We did not get temper flesh off. We got interrupted. What's your defense? Only 7, but he is getting harassed down. All right, that could have been very different. That could have been very different. 29 damage axes were high enough to actually hit him. All right, well, everyone with the giants will probably end up dying. And it was a bounce, so that doesn't declare war. Suckers. Okay, what happened here? They attack me. Decent force, but we have crossbows. Even crappy crossbows are still crossbows. He attacked with the glaive troops. I really like glaives. I don't know why, I just love them in all games. In this case, though, not having a shield when you have tower shield troops, probably a bad choice. And those are the lighter ones on that part. And our crossbows are enough to get through that. Precision 11. We're horror marked? When did that happen? Okay, just one random guy's horror marked for some reason. Get that 1,000-yard stare. I've seen things. I was there at the Battle of Atlantis. Okay, and he's got just a bunch of, what are you, composite bows? Yeah, composite bows. Those actually would be a really good counter for my guys because they can outrange my crossbows. But unfortunately, they were on fire closest, not fire archer. Cool. All right, Norfang. This is me checking the throne, I assume. Okay, what we need to know here is who is your leaders, and will you die to my poison cloud? Random priest, yes. Wizard of fire and wait. What are you a wizard of? I'm a wizard of fire and flame. Mm-hmm. I'm a wizard of frozen water and ice. A random dude. Okay, I'm not seeing anybody here who's gonna live through foul vapors. So we're fine. We can attack this. I'd be a little sketchy with that many long dead, but I don't think so. We do have double Drake. That'll probably do more damage to them than it's going to do to me. Flippy, by chance, can we get a protection from cold? Or excuse me, from fire? We can. Okay, it's only 5, but that's probably enough. We'll throw a resist fire on there. And you know what? Just in case they've been scouting me, we'll move to the other side. Gotta keep them guessing. Gotta keep them guessing. Cool. Head down there. And now Flippy has basically arrived at the TNT front. So if I need him, he's here. If you need him, he is here. All right, set you guys up on attack rears. Attack rear. Okay, you guys back a little. I do think we're gonna just go for chopping off the head. I don't need to defeat him, I just need to bottle him. And then we're gonna get all 3 of these groups will go in here. He does have stuff underground. I need to remember that. Flippy's going to go down there. Moors is coming to claim. Did I PD? I didn't PD that. We're going to PD really heavy because I'm not going to be able to really get forces over here at the moment. Another Colt. WTF. What's with all these Colts? Okay, Arco took Throne of Autumn. So there's only one more. No, I take that back. There's 2 more tier 1 thrones left. This is one of them. This could be a second one. That'd be a little bit annoying because that would only put me at 8. But then it doesn't matter what throne we take. We know it has to be at least 2 points. Okay, you 2. Okay, continue to site search. You build, continue. Another Colt. I'm noticing a pattern here. Build the castle. I should probably start recruiting here. Let's not have an oops in case they all declare war on me. temple, build temple. Apparently we got some ranger boots from the attack. Troll, build temple. He'll be a lot harder to kill. He probably has a bunch of candles underground, so we're probably not going to be able to dom kill him. Flippy's watching his weight. All right, those fire drakes are probably going to do more damage to him than to me. And then once we take this... Oh, that's right. I was going to make a pair of flying boots. I don't know if that's going to be doable. We don't have any, but you know what? Let's get another pair up here. Unfortunately, my Air 2 guys are not where they can do anything. Also, we should probably get some guys here too. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. All right, I want to know how Flippy does. One thing I just love about this chassis is it can be an awake expander that's not just the typical hard flesh or hard skin thing. As cool as that is, I guess a player could also take Flippy out. Some thugs with like some Bane thugs could do it. Maybe doubly so if you gave them great swords of sharpness. They could probably get up here and mess Flippy up. That's a pretty cost-efficient thug. 75. All right, are the fire drakes even going to get to attack? It does look like it. Are you going to wipe out all the skeletons that are the one thing I'm afraid of? Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. My super secret double agent fire drake. He came in just to help clear out a few of the skeletons for me. Yeah, the skeletons are also pretty much immune to my cold too, so. Grumble, grumble. Gave him a little iron slap. That took care of that. Oh, he's slowing people. That's new. I guess it actually works here, though, because if you're slowed, you can't retreat off of the poison damage. All right, looks like I win. What was it? The Crystal Throne. A 2-pointer. All right, so that takes us to 9 points. I think, again, we're not going to claim it with Flippy. I think we let Morris take it. He can just claim that and that. And that means Flippy can carry on. We could fight trolls. We don't know what this is at all. They did push me out here. All right, let's grab those griffins. Hold and attack rear. I don't have a bless for them in this army, unfortunately. Go there. All right, I think I'm going to PD this up. We're just going to keep patrolling here. I guess it's okay if you die. That's fine. None of my thrones are over here that are exposed. I kind of think we might go for this. I don't know, though. Like we saw earlier, those trolls are kind of iffy. I wish I had better eyesight down here. Okay, I actually need you to not go there. I need you to go to that one. Yeah, this guy will go to here. We just need a throne for the win. Flippy. Interesting. Yeah, that movement, man. Maybe we could just go for this one. There's 2 choices. If I can't do one, we could go around it, maybe. All right, Flippy. Head that way. Alternatively. No, I'm going to do that. if he doesn't move these guys, we could just kill off that army and then I can choose where to go with some scout info. I like that better. Okay, you guys are site searching. I'm actually going to pull them off that. I'm going to go man this throne with them. Did I not? I didn't. I need to be building castles here in case somebody betrays me. Okay, and you are done building, but you are amphibious. So go take care of yourself over there. You can't. Amphibious. Grumble, grumble. Okay, you two search. Oh, I did say I would pull up a couple pearl farmers just for giggles. Let's do that. We'll just queue up like 3 of them. And you construct. We're done. Patrol. Okay, you built a level. No, you're the defender. Wait inside. Yep. Okay, you preach. You built the temple. Head over here. Did PD that. Preach. Trying to zip through these pretty quick. There's not a lot going on here. Marching in a position. T. Queen Forest. Okay. That should just be PD. And it was. Wow, we only lost 2 griffins. Nice. Hey, why is Grove? No, Pergoni is what I care about. Okay, they bounced off me there. This one. Did we catch troops here? We sure did. We sure did. Oh, I need to take resist fire off my script. You gonna make it? They did make it. Nice job. Nice job. When the knights move in close, was it to their doom? It was, for a lot of them. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Good choice, Flippy. I'm very proud of you. Okay, then move up there. All right, with our knowledge, oh, we still don't have eyes. Okay, go see what that is. Flippy, we're gonna assume that we can do that one. Moors, claim the throne. You came here to build a temple. I probably should learn what the hotkey is for build temple. I do that enough that maybe that would be worth learning. Okay, you guys, you are going to start building palisade. You can build a shrine to your sister, and you can build a creepy scrapbook about your brother. You two, I really don't need infrastructure. Let's be honest here. This is going to end. We'll just keep site searching with them. All right, you build palisades. I'm too poor. Wait. Go. Our gas will block out the sun. Event in Amber Fields. A group of Atlantean slaves have been purchased from a merchant for a fair price. We got the trader prince and some meteorite guards. That actually kind of makes sense for this playthrough. That's kind of cool. Hold an attack closest. There's one shambler. You can guard the commander. There you go. Meteorite guards, magic weapons. Hey, that would have been really useful if I ended up having to fight that Shade Throne. As it is, head over here. Head over here. We'll send him to the siege. Okay. Throne of Pride is collected. Head down here for the Crystal Throne. Okay, you guys built the infrastructure. Now site search. Okay, you are building. Hold on. Before I queue that up, we need to start that other you. You. Yes, I was too poor. Build palisades. Search. Okay, what do we got? 200 and, oh, nope, nope, nope. We are not doing this throne. That's a big nope. mainly consists of cavemen. That's fine. Shadows, we can't poison those. And we don't have a magic attack. Dust walkers, can't poison those. Chthoric lions, I'm pretty sure we could poison those. Fire snakes, I'm pretty sure those are poison immune. A huge sphinx might be poison resistant. Yeah. Nope. Flippy out. Flippy out. We'll head for this throne. Do they have that claimed? They don't. Pull out, Flippy, pull out. Head over there. All right. Disaster averted via scouting. Yeah, that's a big nopers. All right, you go see if they have a thing built there. Probably not, because I think I'd already see it if they did. Yeah, that was a big old nope. That was almost like that throne was it last week that we had the foul vapors and nothing. I couldn't use it on like any of the thrones I wanted to use it on. Like everybody was immune. We ended up having to firestorm it. Research and enchantment is complete. Are we up to cloud trapeze? We are. Unfortunately, we're not really in a position to need it, for better or worse. Oh, hey, he went crazy. He's got that shrine to his sister going. He's really into that. All right, she can start preaching. All right, you two just keep going down the coast. Build me temple. Actually, because we've claimed so many thrones, my dominion's actually looking really healthy. What are we sitting on? We have dominion strength 9 from our temple spam, which gives us a 95% chance of spread. We have total of 27 candle checks, 100%er. That's pretty darn nice. Do note, though, because we're dominion 9, we need 9 candles per province. So this actually isn't as much as it sounds like, weirdly enough. We're really entrenched, but it's hard for us to push forward because I need 9 candles to fill this up. Pythium, yes. Okay. Oh, dang it. I can't, I mean, I can do this, but Flippy can't do that. All right. Can we go take Stumble Down Passage? All right. We need to start assuming that we can't do this. Okay. We could take that throne. That's already claimed. Okay. What's this? Clayman, Fire Snakes. I don't know if Flippy could do that. Oh, okay. Maybe I got a little cocky here. Okay, our armies could go take this, though. We are sitting on the entrance. I don't have to keep him bottled up here. Yeah. Here's what we're going to do. You guys move forward to there. Everyone who is here, you start preaching. Everyone who's here, including Flippy, go downstairs. Flippy's going to kill everybody if I do that. All right. You guys that are here, keep sieging. Chad, washing machine, you should also be preaching. Flippy, go clear the way. Then we'll clear the way. We'll go here. We'll go over here. If I can't take this, then I bring the army down and we'll pop this quick. I'm glad I caught that. That would have been really embarrassing because he would have killed everybody. We use fire mages? We totally could. I just don't have any fire mages around. We've got these two. And that's really it. Well, I mean, these guys. 360 units. Let's attack it. Let's see what it is. If there's like 300 trolls, the answer is no. We would have to switch up and head towards Firestorm for that, probably. Again, doable. It's nice to have options. I don't think it's going to be necessary, though. We can take this off of him, and or we could just take this. I think we're all right. A message from TNG. Oh. Okay, well, that wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I'm glad I got Flippy out of here. That would have been really bad if Flippy was here. There's his god. There's his god. It's Luzming the Master Lich. Well, you are losing, Luzming. 4 water. What is your bless? Defense, magic resistance. Okay, garbage is your bless. Ah, we jump on him with our Griffin Knights, who do not have magic weapons, though, unfortunately. Unfortunately for him, I do have Sacreds here, though, that do. And we are going to get Sacreds on him. Yeah. All right, well, we killed his god. Excellent. The caverns. There were enough things here to be worthwhile. Again, just gassing them out, basically. Are you poison resistant? Nope. I'm pretty sure his alchemy dudes have some poison resistance. I still need to fix his script. I'm still doing the fire resist. Okay, let me do that right now because I keep forgetting. All right, no more fire resistance. I need temper flesh. That's what I've been missing that for like ages. We really should have had that up. And that really should be high. Well, that's so hard. I guess I would rather have that than Iron Skin, but Iron Skin's still incredible. Okay, so you are going to check what's over there. How far can you get? Okay, that's fine. Okay, now a chunk of you guys go underground. The rest of you stay here and keep him bottled up. I did let these go, but that's fine. There's no thrones that they can take off of me. Okay, Midland. How many trolls are we talking about? Mini trolls. That's probably like 50 to 100 trolls. What's temper flesh? No, not invulnerability. It's the resistance, like Ace said. So you take half damage from mundane weapons, slashing, piercing, and blunt. Very, very nice. So even if it's a magic attack, that would still apply as long as it's one of the above. It's very, very rare that there's untyped damage. I'm pretty sure cave crabs do it. I can't think of anything else, but there's like 1 or 2 others that do untyped damage. Maybe the praying mantis? I might be wrong about that one, though. It's something weird. It's like a weird animal you normally wouldn't get. Yeah, I can show that better. Where you at, Flippy? Wrong cave. So we look at temper flesh. Slashing, blunt, and pierce resistance. Oh, and fire resist 5. There you go. I never even think about that. But it's the resistances that matter. So like if you take a lance hit and the lance goes through your protection, and let's say it's going to deal 10 damage, you'd only take 5. So it makes you very, very resistant. And remember, the harder you get hit, the higher the odds of taking an affliction if you compare the damage to your HP. So this is another way of kind of lowering the chances of getting afflictions in an indirect way. And it stacks with high protection. So we have like 28 protection, and if you damage me, I take half damage. It's just layers upon layers upon layers of defense. All right, another citadel done. Okay, you two. Okay, you breach. Mors arrives and claims the throne. That's the 2-pointer. That takes us to 9. Oh, we are so close. I can taste victory. Whereas invulnerable is only physical attacks. Invulnerability gives you invulnerability. Invulnerability is the same as protection, except if you get hit with a magic weapon, invulnerability doesn't do anything. So it is protection, but you can have it turned off with magic damage. So that's why Dave the Lion is okay. He has 25 invulnerability, so the same as 25 protection. I find 26 to be the break point for safe-ish expansion, but it also means Dave doesn't need to buff his protection. So he generally does something like Temper Flesh, Fire Shield, Personal Regen. That's kind of his script. You can't stack invulnerability with an invulnerability buff either. You only get the highest level of invulnerability. Things that have invulnerability but also wear armor works the same as natural protection. So that is a nice thing. So like you could give your Lich some armor and that would help. All right, what do we got? 230 units, light infantry Zot archers. Flippy thinks that sounds delicious. You guys siege that just in case. You attack this just in case there's something crazy in there. Okay, Moors. 9 points. Cool. You can just chill, Moors. You get some vacation time. Retiring Norfangs, do some skiing, maybe some snowboarding, you know, whatever you're feeling. Hang out with the brother sister pair. It's a little awkward, but you know, they throw a good dinner party. All right, and you keep coming down here just in case. Yeah, look at this. You know I've won when I start stacking cash. That is true, Ace. Ace says invulnerability doesn't stack with natural protection. True. You only get the higher of the two. Generally speaking, invulnerability is not as good as normal protection. That's just the long short of it. Okay, another battle in TNG. The Lich was back. I don't even think we're going to watch that. We can literally just kill him. Battle in Deep Mount. Do I care? No. 8 PD gets killed. In fact, we're stupid with cash, so I should probably just PD these up. Okay. And we'll grab that throne. Okay, this was the Throne of Zeal. And I will storm it. Actually, you know what, Morris? Just in case, like I always say, don't play cocky. We'll have you head over there just in case Flippy dies and you need to claim a throne for me. I don't think it's going to happen, but just in case. And this was the other tier 1 throne. Womp womp. Figures. All right, you guys just chill. Okay, battle in Kunal. Oh, look at that. Getting a little cheeky there. Battle in the Fortress of the Hall. Okay, we take the fort out. Is it worth watching? No, just some PD. And Flippy. Flippy should get jumped really early. So hopefully he'll get a few things of his script off here. At least Mistform would be nice. He did not get Mistform off. Now, luckily, Zots are low morale and low HP. They did do a number on him, though. They did do a number on him. We're in heavy enemy domain. And he didn't get Mistform off. This is why having some gear is so important. Yeah, luckily there's Zots, though. What else is coming? It's a bunch of skeletons, I assume. Yeah, some skeletons. Okay. We'll be just fine. He's like, finally, I can get my Mistform up. Back on script. Flesh, Iron Skin, Flaming Shield. Okay, Soldier. Strength of Gia. Interesting choice. Animate some trees. Moss Body. I think he just decided to wait him out. Yep. Good job, Flippy. I killed 148 units. And we took the Inner Throne. This would actually be good with those Amazons we got. And it's order, so we're up to actually order 0 or turmoil 0. Claim that throne, Flippy. Yeah, do it. I think that's that. And there's victory. What are we at? 3.5-ish. Not bad, not bad. A lot of this was Flippy. Flippy really did the work here. Does Gaia stack with regen? I would assume the answer to that is no, because Gaia specifically casts regen. If we look here, well, I don't know that. I thought this specifically said regen, but it doesn't. It just grants regeneration 10%. We can look. That's fine. Let's pull up the fight again. Oh, no, we can't because it was last turn. It was last turn, so I can't. If it's casting personal regen, the answer is no. It's the same spell. If it's not casting personal regen, then there's a decent chance it will stack. Somebody will have to tell us on that one. So, Erytheia is fine. I like this nation. I think it's fun. We didn't actually have to do a lot of magic this game because Flippy basically did all the work for us. I think I've shown here, though, these are perfectly usable mages. They can either do individual spells or we could communion up. Firestorm we talked about as a way to clear this out. We could have totally done that. We could do some small communions and do some fire magic or some water magic, some acid magic. We could get into air if we felt like it. We could Light of the Northern Star and we could Mind Burn if we felt like it. So I didn't really do a lot of mages here. Like I said, it was a lot of Flippy, although our armies did fine. I think if you looked at the fights, though, it was the crossbows doing all of our damage, or darn close. The Sacreds held their own, and the other guys just kind of stood there and got hit until they died, buying time for the crossbows. So the troops are a major letdown, I would say, on this nation, with the crossbows being all right and kind of saving it. If we had like another war going on, we definitely would have needed to bring out some more of these mages and use them a lot more aggressively rather than just sitting here and researching. We only got to 269 research, which actually isn't that good. Although towards the end, I wasn't really pushing it. Like you can see, we got a lot of cash here last couple turns. But that's because we got all these coastal forts, like you saw. I will also note, remember that forts like this are garbage. Look what we can recruit here. A mystic, a scout, a crappy leader, a priest, a good priest, fair enough. The light infantry that we don't like, and the natives. Non-coastal forts, unless you really need to defend it, or there's an indie, are just not worth it at all. The underwater forts are fine. Oh, I did recruit these guys, but we never used it. Cultivate pearls. I do think that if you weren't going to do Flippy, I would strongly consider trying to set yourself on the path maybe to do Wish. I do think that the pearl farming is decent and Wish is still strong. So I think that's another way you could go. Wish is kind of out of reach for the way I do my streams. That's why I don't generally go for it, but it's a totally viable spell. You could wish for gems and units and all kinds of stuff. Crazy stuff in there. So yeah, a fun nation. We got lucky that we absolutely dominated Atlantis. The fact that I took heat, even if we didn't have Flippy, that would have been kind of a painful war, but we have crossbows and they don't. So we would win that probably, I would say, especially because I didn't let them get a second fort. So they would really struggle to come back from that. It's unfortunate they were here. If they had been over like here, this would have been a very different game. The Babel crossbow cheese. Well, I mean, if you're going to do that, somebody should at least put the cheese emote that I spent time making. So there you go. Okay, yeah, that's about all I have to say here. I think this is a fine nation. I feel like it's so map dependent and it's so lobby dependent. Like in the right lobby, you could easily take all the seas. You could take all the underwater thrones. You have lots of money because you're coastal. It could be really good. On a bad map, though, that has little coasts, you're not going to have any good troops. You're going to have crap income. Your mages are fine, but you have to pay for them somehow. I don't know. I think that's very map dependent, like I said. Okay, that's going to be it for me, though. I do feel it in my voice tonight, so not going to linger too long. Don't forget to leave a like on the stream if you enjoyed it. That helps me a ton. If you're not currently subscribed, I hope I've earned your subscription. We carry on. at time of recording, we're kind of on the march towards 7,000. We've been kind of a slow week, but I'm sure it'll pick up here. We got a lot of content coming. And if you want to go above and beyond, you can always leave a super thanks on a VOD. Join me live for super chats. Check out the Patreon. Check out the channel memberships here on YouTube. All that good stuff. It helps an absolute ton. Just hanging out and chatting and being cool. Also, I love the support. You guys are what makes it fun and what keeps me motivated to finish this, almost 2-year journey of Dominions. So thank you, thank you. All right, guys, I will probably see you for a Sunday stream, kind of an afternoon thing is my plan. We shall see. So watch this space, and I will see you there. All right, enjoy the rest of your Friday if you're on the West Coast, or your Saturday if you're anywhere else. And I'll see you next time. Babble out.